Time is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Welcome into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you. Landon Schmidt producing. We're Sports Time. We're with you for the next 3 hours on this Friday afternoon. 4th of July Eve, if you will, as we get you ready for the holiday weekend. A lot to discuss this afternoon, as a lot going on today, this weekend, as we all here locally getting ready for Summer League, as that will start for the Grizzlies tomorrow afternoon. Summer League roster finally out, but a lot of stuff going on today. We got World Cup action. Cardinals about to get started against the Cubs. The only day game this afternoon will be a weekend full of baseball, weekend full of Summer League soccer. We got golf on, a little bit of everything today. But Brett, how are you this afternoon?
Brian, I'm doing well, and like you said, July 4th Eve, what do you give somebody for a 249-year, 364-day birthday? Wait a day and have a big fireworks show?
I think so. I think you just
when
wait
you turn
the one more
250?
day. That's right. I think you wait the one more day and have a big
249, 364.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then you think about, since the birth of Jesus Christ, we've only been a country, 10, 11, 12% of the time.
Yeah, no, it's been a very, very short time in the grand scheme of things. But hey,
we made up a lot of ground really fast.
Sure did. So 250 is big, and I'm sure a lot of people will have a lot of fun tomorrow with all the fireworks and all the events, and it should be a good time.
Cardinals and Cubs getting ready to get started on the north side of Chicago. That sounds like 4th of July weekend baseball, doesn't it?
Yeah, it absolutely does. So yeah,
Albert Pujols lit up. Kerry Wood won 4th of July.
Yeah, so no, that'll be fun to get a little afternoon baseball in on this Friday afternoon.
You're wearing number 5 today.
I am.
Good work.
I am.
Good work.
Got the jersey on. So should be a fun afternoon and lead into a really fun weekend.
Yeah, if the Cardinals are going to really contend for one of those wild card spots, I don't think contending for the National League Central is really realistic for anyone. I think Milwaukee's such a standard bearer; they're way out in front of everyone. But if you're going to try to get one of those wild card spots, you got to be able to compete against the Cubs, because they're right in that mix too.
Yeah, no, you definitely do. So this feels like a big weekend series for them. It was nice to get the win last night in Atlanta to wrap up that series. And maybe they'll get some confidence. And the bats were certainly working last night, so maybe that will carry into this weekend series against the Cubs. Always fun when these two teams meet, but we'll see what it looks like. This Cubs team, talked about them all year long. They've been super streaky, very up and down all year long. I mean, hard to believe a team can go on multiple 10-game win streaks and also have a 10-game losing streak in there. So we'll see what this Cubs team looks like this weekend.
Cardinals win 11-5 last night. The Braves have a lot of injuries. They're struggling. They're ready to get to All-Star break, get people healthy, and have a big August-September push. But you catch them when you catch them.
No, that's exactly right. I mean, we know how hard the Braves can be when you face them, and to get them in a spot where they're kind of struggling, and you can be able to win the last game of the series, and what was a back and forth series all week long, to wrap it up with a win last night, and the way they did it, got down early, able to rally back and really dominate most of the rest of the game. That was fun to watch, and we'll see what happens over these next couple of hours against the Cubs.
From the Cardinal game notes, this is a really tricky question, but you want to impress your buds, maybe win a small wager somewhere. Name the Cardinal manager that once played for the Cubs.
You want me to answer?
No, it's impossible.
I was about to say, I got no guess.
One game.
Oh, wow.
Played for the Cubs for one game in 1973. Don Tony, TLR, the great Tony La Russa.
Interesting.
In today's game notes.
Wow, okay. That's
I was reading game notes this morning at 6 o'clock for the people in this audience, Brian.
You're a better man than I am, because I have not touched a game note.
Tell you what else I was reading this morning. Couple of things at ESPN.com that are fun today. They're way too early college basketball ranking. Did you see that?
No, I did not. What was that?
Got Florida number 1.
Well, that's should surprise nobody.
I'll go through it and I'll tell you a surprise. Florida 1, no shocker. Duke 2, no shocker. Illinois 3, no shocker. I'll tell you right now, if Brad Underwood's cutting the nets down next spring, next April, I will love it. Yep. That'll be fine by me. 4, UConn. Don't know if I want him winning another one. 5, Michigan. Don't know if I really believe that with the changes. Here's the surprise. From the SEC, who do you think it'd be?
At what number?
Number 6 overall.
I'm going to guess. I'm just going to go with who had a good offseason. Tennessee had a good transfer portal class. I'll go Tennessee.
Stay right there. Very
Okay.
good. I think most would generalize, maybe say Arkansas from the SEC.
That's true. I
If you
didn't
said
think
6
about
is Arkansas.
Yeah, I didn't even think Arkansas.
Arkansas behind Texas even. Texas
Oh, wow.
at 7. But Tennessee at 6 with the name of college basketball. Juke Harris.
Oh, yeah. Was that Memphis saw him last year at Wake Forest. Good player. So probably in most years would have gone to the draft and been kind of an early second-round guy, but banking in on the NIL money and going back to school and landing at Tennessee. He's a really good player.
3 straight Elite 8s for Rick Barnes. Is that right? That is right, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's right.
3 straight Elite 8s. Do you realize, and you know it, if Penny ever went to one, we would have people advocating that he was the greatest coach in the history of the sport.
No doubt.
Rick Barnes has been to 3 and we yawn.
Yeah, no, it's really impressive what Rick Barnes has done over there, and I think it is a little underappreciated at times by people across college basketball. I think even some Tennessee fans underappreciate it because it's been super impressive.
At number 7, Texas, 8, St. John's, 9, Michigan State, 10, Arizona. I thought a little low for them. 11, Arkansas, 12 right behind Arkansas, their old coach, Eric Musselman at USC.
Oh, wow, okay. Interesting.
Louisville, 13. Tigers will see Louisville early next year. A lot of SEC in this early top 25.
Yeah, well, that's another.
Vanderbilt down at 20.
Not surprised. Interesting. Okay, so just looking at this, I've finally been able to pull it up. So we know Texas, we know Louisville, we know Vanderbilt, and so 3. Oh, and Iowa State at 24. So that's 4 way too early preseason top 25 teams that Memphis will play in the non-conference slate.
At least that.
Yeah, at least that. So that is definitely a good start, and I'm sure these rankings will change. We'll see how the schedule is finalized. I don't expect any really more big names on that schedule, but I definitely get to see some teams move around, maybe another team hop in there. So that will be we already knew it was going to be tough, but certainly when you start seeing those top 25 rankings come out, going to be really, really difficult non-conference schedule for Memphis.
We normally don't do this on the air, but over the next 2 weeks before the football monster starts to just devour us, I think next week or even the week after, we need to check in with Blake Lovell and with Kevin Sweeney, and just get a little college basketball, something from them before we get completely about being devoured or mentioning it. I mean, some of the great work you will ever want to read. You could read on it from now to the start of college football.
Okay.
At ESPN.com and at SEC Media Days, I want to find who was in charge, and it was probably multi. It would have to be for the research on it. And there's a lot of bylines attached to it, but they did their had a zero.
Okay.
I never did that. They had a 0 to 99, so 100.
Okay.
I would even suggest they could have gone 00 with Jim Otto, but I don't know that he wore it in college at Miami. I know he wore it with the Raiders famously forever, but I don't know if he wore it in college at Miami. And Miami, when he played there, they were still distinctly Miami of Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't close to the U
that's great.
when he played there, but they go all the way through, and I'm not going to go through it all. But and then they have like some of the others that could have been. And at number 2, and I have 1 or 2 or a couple of disagreements, but nothing just, fall out and, really get irate over it.
Sure.
No, thank you. I've done these football countdowns. Brian, I've even told you before. You know what I've told you about these football countdowns?
What's that?
With these numbers.
What's that?
I swear I started.
Oh, yeah. No, you have.
Started summer at 93.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah.
George was gone. Paul was gone. It's about this time of year. and had a lot of fun with it through the years. But at number 2, Deion Sanders. And I can't argue with it.
No.
Edged out Cam Newton, Charles Woodson, 2 Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah, that's really good.
And Derrick Henry, another Heisman Trophy winner. But Derrick Henry wore he wore 3 different numbers at Bama. He wore 2 as the Heisman Trophy winner, 21 and 27. And you go all the way through it. At number 5, Darren McFadden from Arkansas, over LaDainian Tomlinson and Reggie Bush and Christian McCaffrey, and they don't list this, but over the Golden Boy, Paul Hornung at Notre Dame. And there are oldsters in there, like Felix Doc Blanchard and a lot of and some others. Glenn Davis inside and outside. Davey O'Brien at number 8 is in there. Archie Manning at 18, and I don't know how it could be anybody else. At 16, I was surprised. I slightly disagree that it wasn't Peyton. They have Trevor Lawrence. The 3 others mentioned, Gary Beeben, he won the Heisman in 1967. Chris Weinke, he won the Heisman in 2000 at FSU, and Peyton Manning. But they went with Trevor Lawrence. I wouldn't throw down over that, would you?
No, definitely not. But yeah, I mean, I definitely could see a good argument for certainly for Peyton and even those other guys that over Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, I'm not gonna get too riled up about it.
Archie at 18, and the irony, and I just don't think it could be any other. The others listed: Jason White won a Heisman Trophy at OU, Marvin Harrison Sr. Marvin Harrison Jr. at Ohio State, and Roman Gabriel at NC State. But I think they were right in settling in on Archie Manning. And ironically, for Tennessee fans and for long time, for veteran college football fans in our area, all the way down at number 57, and I think kind of appropriate. You have Archie at 18, and at number 57, Steve Kiner, who the week of that game that year put up a lot of bulletin board material about it and dubbed it Archie Who, and said they they look slow and played like a bunch of mules. And then the famous song cracking on Steve Kiner. Steve Kiner passed away about a year ago springtime. And Bryant, one of the fun days I've ever had out at college football. In 2009, Lane Kiffin is head coach of Tennessee. He brings the Vols to Oxford, and Houston Nutt throws the Wildcat on Monty Kiffin. Monty Kiffin said, I've never seen that offense in my life. And Dexter McCluster goes for 282. But after the game, and it's where the pavilion is now. That used to be a big flat surface parking lot, a lot of tailgating, pre and post game even there. I could take you back to the spot where the pavilion is, where that tailgate was. And that day, 40 years since that game in 1969, Steve Kiner, Tennessee Vol, is there tailgating with Archie Manning.
Oh, wow.
It was great.
Cow.
It was great. One of the great moments I've ever had.
Wow, that is awesome.
Couple Tennessee Vols in here. Number 91, Doug Atkins, and his numbers retired at Tennessee, and I think by the Saints, and maybe even by the Bears. And number 92, arguably the greatest defensive lineman ever, Reggie White.
Wow, yeah, no, it's really good. I'm looking through it right now, and
give me everything you got on Johnny Lujak.
Not much, not much, but no, these are some fun names to look through, and the pictures associated with it is really fun too in this list.
You know, and I know. I don't want to get too deep in this. There was a time that O.J. Simpson would have been 32.
Oh, definitely.
He's not. At 30, there was one I was thinking, wonder who they have. Where is Jim Brown? He's listed somewhere, and it absolutely should be.
No, definitely should. So no, that's a fun one. Yeah, takes a while to get through all of those numbers
and the well written bios.
Yeah, Jim Brown 44 with Syracuse.
Jim Brown 44 in college at Syracuse, 32 famously with the Browns, and I was thinking maybe Bosworth at 44, and he's listed as the others with Ernie Davis, Heisman Trophy winner. And Floyd Little, and Brian Bosworth.
Yeah. No, so some really good names in here.
Well done at ESPN.
Yeah, very
well done.
Very well done. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and really sit down and look through that, because that is a lot of fun. But we've got a busy show for you this afternoon, so let me set it up before we get to top and not top story of the day. 3:30, Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He'll join us. We'll talk wagering with Alan. Plenty to get to. As we know, 4th of July means a whole lot of Major League Baseball. We'll get his thoughts on tonight's game, maybe a look ahead to tomorrow's games as well. We'll talk some college football with him, maybe some NFL as well. Get you a lot of things in our next segment with Alan Bell. 3:45, we'll talk some NBA, as a lot of news out there, as more moves around free agency. We've had a couple trades. We also have the Grizzlies Summer League roster, which very familiar if anybody, especially if you watched those games late in the season last year. But we'll talk a lot about that, as the Grizzlies will start Summer League tomorrow, but Summer League starts tonight in Sacramento. So we'll talk some NBA at 3:45. 4 o'clock, Bruce Marshall from the Gold Sheet. He'll join us. We'll talk more wagering with Bruce, a lot of baseball with him. We'll get some World Cup talk in with him. We'll ask Bruce, because we can talk as much as we want about, rah, USA, they can beat anybody. Bruce will really tell us what he thinks about this next matchup for the United States against Belgium. We'll ask him his thoughts on the red card for Flo Balogun in that last game. A lot of World Cup talk with Bruce. We'll also get to a lot of picks with him as well. 4:30, we'll talk some baseball. There's a lot of fun from Major League Baseball. We'll talk about what's going on right now. I don't know how long this Cardinals game is going to go as it started. It looks like some rain's coming down. Hopefully it stays light.
Boy, they didn't throw one pitch before everybody was digging for rain gear.
I couldn't see the rain yet, but I could see everyone kind of frantically looking for their ponchos. So hopefully it stays light and they're able to
Base knock, J.J. Weatherholt to lead off.
Yeah, so that's a good start for the Cardinals. We'll talk a lot of baseball at 4:30. 4:45. Big number of the day, 5 o'clock. We were supposed to talk to him earlier this week, but if you were tuned in Wednesday afternoon, you know exactly why we did not speak with Rob Fisher, but he was nice enough to work with us and join us this afternoon at 5 o'clock. So 5 o'clock, Rob Fisher from the Grizzlies Television Network. We'll talk a lot of Grizzlies with him. We'll get his thoughts on the trades that went down earlier this week. We'll get his thoughts on the Summer League squad, what he wants to see over these next couple of weeks, but we'll talk a lot of NBA as well with Rob Fisher. 5:30, we'll talk about what's trending, and at 5:45, we'll wrap up today's show like we always do with Moe's Crunch Time. Let me remind you, we're in our Family Leisure Studios where family and fun come together. Summer, it's here, and it's time to get those backyards ready for the ultimate pool party. Above ground pools starting at $39.99, installed with in-ground pools starting at $49,999. All in-stock patio furniture is priced to move, with 5-piece patio furniture sets starting at just $999. Outdoor sectionals starting at $12.99 with a free umbrella and base available with select patio furniture sets. While you're out there, don't forget about the hot tubs and the swim spas. Hot tubs starting at $34.99, while swim spas are starting at $16,999. Special financing, it is available, so head out there to Family Leisure. If you mention this ad, get $200 off any pool or spa purchase, so make sure you go cash in on that deal. Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40.
He's Brian, I'm Brett. We're Sports Time. Our producer's Landon Schmidt, and we're live and local and with you until 6 o'clock, until everybody heads to the lake or to the barbecue or to the cookout or to the grill or to the fireworks stand. We want you with us. Text or call us at 901-360-8255. That's the Sissy's Log Cabin text and talk line. All our guests will join us on the Sissy's Log Cabin guest line at 901-360-8255. Always live and local from our Family Leisure Studios. And this weekend, Family Leisure is going to be the savior for a lot of people with the great pools and great outdoor and patio areas everyone's going to enjoy. This hour brought to you every day by the good people at Lexus of Memphis at 2600 Ridgeway and online at lexusofmemphis.com. Great offers on all 2026 models and always special leasing options. Driving luxury and confidence knowing that every new Lexus comes with complimentary first and second maintenance services. You can call them at 901-334-9673, but they invite you to stop by the only Lexus dealership in Memphis, and that's at 2600 Ridgeway, and that's where you can put yourself in the driver's seat of the all-new 2026 flagship LS500, and you'll be looking and you'll be driving in style. When you purchase a Lexus, you get top-of-the-line engineering and design, and they make for the safe, luxury driving experience. Online at lexusofmemphis.com. Experience amazing at Lexus of Memphis.
Top story of the day.
Well, my top story of the day is we officially have the Grizzlies Summer League roster after a long wait. They get it out there the day before their first game in Salt Lake City. They'll get all the action started tomorrow afternoon, but this roster, very familiar. It's like I mentioned, if you watched late in the season, you know a lot of these names. The two rookies obviously on there, Cam Boozer and Kareem Lopez, but then you've got guys like Tyler Burton, who was with the team at the end of the season, Walter Clayton Jr., who the Grizzlies acquired in that trade for Jaren Jackson Jr., Cedric Howard also on the Summer League roster. Will be interesting to see how much we see of him. Taylor Hendricks, the other player that was brought in that trade with the Jazz, he's on the roster. Lawson Lovering, Jemai Meshack, Javon Porter, Omax on the roster, Javon Small, a lot of familiar names on this roster, and we'll see what they ultimately look like, and we'll see how much run some of these older guys get. I know a lot of people have been talking about Cedric Howard maybe getting more on-ball reps, more as the primary ball handler in the offense. I know we've talked about Walter Clayton Jr. and wanting to see something from him over these next couple of weeks in Summer League. Same for Taylor Hendricks, who had some really nice moments here with the Grizzlies. Can he take advantage of this opportunity and show that he looks different from a lot of the Summer League guys?
Big Summer League for him.
Yeah, it's going to be a big Summer League for a lot of these guys on this roster. But the most important, what everyone's really looking for, is the first look at these two rookies, Cam Boozer and Kareem Lopez. Boozer and Lopez both at the Redbirds games last night doing autographs. Boozer threw out the first pitch, and our friend DeMichael Cole was out there and asked him about his number 27, if he planned on changing it before the season. He said right now he's going to stick with 27. He's going to play in 27 this season. He said maybe down the road that he would think about changing it, but he did it for his mother. He wants to stick with it. So 27 it will be for Cam Boozer. But it should be a lot of fun tomorrow as we get our first look at some of these new Grizzlies.
My top story, LeBron James' decision. It's not the decision, but it's a big decision, I think it's coming soon. If it's Philadelphia, what a story it will be. The home of Wilt Chamberlain from Overbrook High and Kobe Bean Bryant from right there in Philadelphia at Lower Merion, where Dr. J and Charles Barkley both played in their NBA careers, and other greats like Moses Malone, part of the last championship team, Allen Iverson, part of the last NBA Finals team. The home of some great players, and the home of the Big Five, the home of the Palestra. I think it would be really great for the NBA for that. That's where he ends up. 6 is already retired for Dr. J, so he wouldn't wear that. 23 is available. Here's what we need him to wear. In honor of Kobe, wear number 30 from Lower Merion.
That'd be cool.
Real cool.
I can get behind that. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting if he decides. If he goes to Philadelphia, that will be a very interesting roster, and a lot of questions that will need to be answered about who does what and what that rotation could look like when the season starts.
Not top story of the day.
Well, my not top story of the day is a lot of movement that we've seen around the NBA, and it really goes back to right before we got off the show yesterday evening, as the news came in just literally a couple minutes before we got off, that Billy Donovan agreed to become the lead assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs, which we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but I think this is a really smart move by San Antonio. How many times in the playoffs and really in the finals did we talk about Mitch Johnson looking young and having some young moments? It's a young roster with that core, more guys that they brought in through this draft. So bringing in a guy like Billy Donovan, I think, just kind of helps everybody, gives them another voice on that bench, a guy that's been in the league as a head coach. We know what he did at the college levels a while ago. So I love that addition for the Spurs, and feels like we've said it a lot this offseason. The Spurs just keep getting better. Last night, the free agency news was that Tari Eason agreed to a 5-year, $81.5 million deal to return to the Houston Rockets. So the Rockets getting back a nice piece that played well for them last year. And then the trade earlier today that we saw send and DeAndre Ayton from the Lakers to the Washington Wizards. In return, Jaden Hardy and 2 Wizards second-round picks in 2031, 2032. That frees up some space for the Lakers and gives them an opportunity to maybe go a different route with that backup center role. Will be interesting to see what they do there, but they have their center of the future. It's Walker Kessler. We'll see what they do to put a couple bodies behind him.
My not top story tomorrow is the second time I almost look at the baseball standings and they mean anything seriously to me. First, summertime holiday, Memorial Day. Second one, tomorrow, July 4th. I'll look Labor Day. None of those really matter. The one that matters is the Monday after the season ends. But right now, if you look at the standings in the National League, Dodgers leaders in the West. I think they win the West. Same for Milwaukee in the Central. And I think the same for Atlanta in the East. So that would be 1, 2, and 3 in some order right there. The Cubs, I think, are a little better than the Cardinals. The Phillies, I think, are a lot better than the Cardinals. They might could catch the Braves in the East, but those Braves and Phillies would be the two playoff teams out of the East. So then that leaves Cardinals, Marlins, Nationals, Diamondbacks, Pirates, Reds, Padres. The Cardinals should punch that ticket, shouldn't they?
I don't know if should, but they should be in the mix.
San Diego? Is that the one to look out for?
I think there's.
They hit less than the Cardinals.
You say that again?
They hit less than the Cardinals.
No, they do. I don't know. It's a bunch of mediocre teams in that group. I just don't know.
Sure is.
I just think the should is. Do we really think this team should do anything? I think that's a
lot of those
teams
should not be being talked about being in the playoffs.
Absolutely not. Absolutely
84, 85 wins will go a long way.
Yeah, no, it absolutely will. So we'll see who that team can be that gets to that final spot. Still a lot of baseball to be played until then. But that'll do it for top and not top story of the day. Let's get to our first break. And when we return, we're talking some wagering. Alan Bell from Driving the Line. He joins us next.
Add a little fun to your lunch break. Join Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour from 11 to 1 every weekday on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The Gossett Mitsubishi Summer Sales Event is going strong at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Get America's best back vehicles with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. All remaining 2025 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross and 2025 Mitsubishi Outlanders, now $6,000 off MSRP. 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport ES with standard super all-wheel control, buy for $27,105 or $349 per month. Plus, 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander ES, standard 7-seat capacity versus 5-seat Nissan Rogue and Honda CR-V. Buy for $30,310 or $399 a month. Plus, Tennessee residents get an additional $1,000 off all 26 Outlander Sports. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1956 Covington Pike, online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
84 months at 5.99 APR. Outlander TZO 2861. MSRP 32,810. Sport TU 101 2038. MSRP 28,985. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895. Excludes tax title and licensee dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer.com.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
When you run a growing home service business, you roll with the punches. More trucks, more techs, more jobs. And suddenly your team is drowning in spreadsheets, manual work, and software that can't keep up. There's a better way. Service Titan is the all-in-one operating system designed to help you scale the right way. There's a reason Service Titan customers increase their revenue by an average of 15% every single year. Get the software you can't outgrow. Go to servicetitan.com to learn more.
Marty McNate's on vacation, but passed along some exciting deals at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown's Volkswagen Driver Days event. If you're looking for sporty, we Gossett 2026 Jetta S, just $249 a month, $249 a month for Jetta S. Luxury just got a new definition in 2026 Tiguan 2.0 TS. Now $269 a month. Brand new Tiguan S, $269 a month. Plus 2026 Atlas SE, only $329 a month. That's only $329 a month for a brand new Atlas SE. Marty McNate will be waiting for you at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, 7420 Winchester Road. Online, GossettVWG.com, and remember, your future's what you make it.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Atlas TC 564,681, MSRP 41,911, Jetta TMO 312,217, MSRP 25,791, Tiguan TMO 43,763, MSRP 32,881. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must be financed through Volkswagen Credit PF 895. Excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer in 6/30/26 dealer stock only.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys, Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. It's starting a little bit heavier now through Midtown. Right on schedule, especially over here I-40 at Danny Thomas as traffic builds across the Hernando to Soto Bridge, pushing on over into Crittenden County, trying to get south of Memphis. Moving right now down through South Haven on 55. We're keeping an eye on it as it builds down through there all the way down into Tate County. South of Memphis, you need to watch your speed. Hey, bridal season is here. Shop local right now and save all that money at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Back into Sports Time, Bryant and Brett with you, and we've got to talk some wagering. And joining us now from Driving the Line, it's Alan Bell. Alan, thanks so much for joining us. A lot to get into. I do want to start with Major League Baseball. It feels like 4th of July, Major League Baseball, they go together. We know it's only the 3rd, but a lot of baseball today. One game going on right now, Cardinals and Cubs. I know this game already started, but what do you think about this series, this matchup over the weekend, in what is a great rivalry between the Cardinals and the Cubs?
Yeah, so first off, man, appreciate you guys having me back as always. Dude, it's Cubs Cardinals. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like there's nothing better of, July 4th weekend than that, man. Yeah, I'm fascinated to see what baseball looks like this weekend. We've got heat waves going on all across the country, and we got storms popping up too, so be careful there. But it's going to be a wild weekend in baseball. We should see a lot of runs.
Yeah. It's been people really going through the pitching staffs because of that heat. Every night this week, they've just been mopping pitchers down when they come in, when the other team, when they're up at bat.
Yeah, 100%, man. And everybody, growing up playing baseball, but at whatever level, you understand that when it's super hot, you're out in the field forever, and the other team is just getting base hit after base hit. Man, it'll wear you out, and you're going to see it. You're going to see teams. By the time Sunday gets here, which is a travel day in Major League Baseball, buddy, you're going to see all kinds of runs because, just like you said, pitching staff, middle relievers, bullpens, they're going to be packed.
Does it make you maybe want to turn to the games played in domes like tonight, the Rays at Astros?
100%. You'll definitely see it. You'll see games where there's air conditioning. You know what I mean? Now, the thing is, it's still going to be warm. When you're playing at the Texas Ranger Stadium, right? Like it's air conditioned, but there's only so much you can do when it is 109 degrees outside, same thing in Arizona. But no, you will see a difference though. You absolutely will, because it's the humidity, man, that'll just wear you out. So
you mean the Rangers dome is hard to keep comfortable inside in Arlington? That sounds like my house today. It's really laboring.
I'm telling you, man, I was going to say, look, whoever has to pay that electric bill, I don't know what that costs, but that thing can't be fun to pay.
No, not at all. A team that's really hitting a tough stride on the season right now, the New York Yankees, 48-38 on the season, but riding a 7-game losing streak. They get the Twins at home tonight. Garrett Cole on the mound. Do you think they bounce back tonight against this? I kind of like this Twins team, kind of a sneaky, fun team. But do you think the Yankees can hop off this 7-game losing streak tonight?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you have Garrett Cole on the mound, right, like you've obviously got a chance. But I'm with you, man, on the Twins. They're a really good team. They're kind of like the Brewers in the fact that they can hit home runs, but they don't necessarily always need to hit home runs. They could do it college baseball style and just base run you to death, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I mean, the Yankees are going to want to just at least get some runs on the board early, and there you go. It's just about building confidence, man. Cannot wait for the 7th, 8th inning, you know, to try and get this thing going. If you can get them in for that first 3 innings, get 2 runs up, buddy, with Garrett Cole, you're in great shape. They're going to turn it around, but they're going to have to do it at the plate.
I like that both of y'all like the Twins. Their goal, it's simple right now. They're 4 under 500. Try to scratch to about 500 around All-Star break time, and then try to steal that division, because I like what the White Sox have done, but I don't think it's theirs to hang on to. And even Cleveland they've left the door open a little bit.
Yeah, they have, and it's going to be a really fun race. And we're going to see a lot of fun races across Major League Baseball in the second half of the season. But, yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't know how much I believe. The White Sox are fun, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to speak negatively on them, and you weren't either. But, yeah, like, I don't know how far we're going to go with them. That race is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's going to be a lot of fun. You mentioned the Brewers a second ago. This Brewers team, they have been on an absolute roll this season. Yesterday couldn't get it done, but certainly a nice team they have, and tonight on the road against the Diamondbacks. But you look at this pitching rotation for the Brewers, been really good. We know Jacob Mizrowski and what he does on the mound, but Kyle Harrison going tonight, he's been really, really good in 15 starts. What do you think about this Brewers-Diamondbacks game later tonight?
Yeah, it's going to be a solid one now. It's going to be a solid series. I'm with you on the Brewers and their pitching staff. Like, yeah, we all look at Mizrowski, and rightfully so. What this guy's doing is just incredible. But like you said, it's not just him, man. This is a very well put together team, both from a pitching aspect and we talked about a second ago from a hitting aspect. Their guys are not going to be Kyle Schwarber, right? Like, you're not going to see 31 home runs and leading Major League Baseball, but they're going to have a lot of wins, man, because this team can hit flat out 1 through 9, and you just don't see that in Major League Baseball as much anymore. So much more is focused on the power game. So when you get teams that can pitch and they can hit, you know, for average, oh, man, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, no, really, really fun to watch. What are your favorite plays tonight in Major League Baseball?
Yeah, so, all right, so we got a couple of them, all right? We got the Braves and the Mets, which both of these teams have been all over the place, all right? We got a total of 9. I think we're going to see runs. I like the over in that one. Now, we also have the Dodgers and the Padres, and I don't know about you, but every Dodgers-Padres game I've seen my entire life is like 4-2 every single time. So they've got a total of 8. Good pitching on the mound. I actually like the under. I don't play a lot of unders because you just feel stressed throughout the entire game. But I kind of
life's too short, Alan. We've talked about this. Life is too short to bet unders.
It really is. It's the one thing where you turn on a game when you have the under, and you have to hate both teams. Like, it's not a fun experience.
Alan, I've said before with you, and it's still applicable. It's being at the casino and the guy at the crap table that's betting against himself. No, man, you're messing the whole flow up.
100%, right? Nobody's cheering.
It's not
for
how
that
the game's
guy.
played.
It is funny to see that live at a craps table where you go, oh, this guy's going heel. Here we go.
And they're so proud of themselves. They're coming out going, I'm again myself. Yeah, there's always one in a crowd.
Always, man. It makes for a exciting game.
And I'm glad for the declaration.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
100%. Anything you're kind of looking ahead for tomorrow, day full of baseball on 4th of July? Anything that's kind of already jumped out at you?
Well, I'm going to stick with these series, right? So I like to stick in series, you know, find 2 or 3, take a look at the weather. That's really going to be the biggest thing, is because we have so many storms, and in between these storms, and I'm sure y'all are dealing with it, you know, it'll rain, and then it's 108 degrees outside, you know? So you're going to be dealing with that, but you're going to see runs. And exactly, Brett, what you were talking about in terms of pitching. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on games tonight that have high scores, because they'll continue to have high scores because you only have so many pitchers. So I would pay attention there. But I'm going to stick with the Braves and the Mets, and I'm going to stick with the Padres and Dodgers. I think you're going to see similar games, you know, throughout.
Alan, you know we like to keep it real fun and loosey-goosey and a lot of laughs. And I guess I know we can enjoy the career, but can you believe tomorrow will be 17 years since the death of Steve McNair?
It's incredible, man. 17 years. I still remember where I was.
Oh, me too.
At a McDonald's on the Hermitage exit off Interstate 40 when I heard about that. I'll never forget where I was. Yeah, man, like it's wild, you know, and we've gone through the, you know, telling the stories and continue to do that. Obviously, we want to do that because Steve McNair was just an awesome dude. But, yeah, it's crazy. It was 17 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
Time goes by.
4th of July, and, you know, it rocked everyone. And I've told the story a bunch of times, but I'm going to tell it again because he was a fun-loving, beautiful guy. Joe Biddle was my guest the day after. I think Steve's dead. Love Joe Biddle, and I know you did. Everybody did. It was around him, and you talking about somebody that liked to laugh, and his laugh would make you laugh. I mean, just hearing him laugh, you would start laughing. And I think Steve McNair was similar to tomorrow. I think the 4th was on a Saturday. So I called Joe on Sunday, and I said, hey, will you join me? And I was in the mornings, will you join me? He said, I will, but he said, I'm having a tough time keeping my composure. I said, that's fine, and got him on. And he meant it complimentary, Alan. He really did. Some people blanched at it, but he meant it complimentary. And voice cracking, he goes, he was so tough, I didn't know 4 shots would kill him.
Seriously. You know, and understanding what he said and meant by that. That was Steve McNair. I mean, you remember,
right.
You know, that MVP.
That was lovingly said.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, I mean, that MVP season, the TV networks would do the body thing of, like, his shoulder's broken, he's got 6 ribs that are smashed. Like, literally, like, this man was a tank. So completely understand. And anybody, you know, that knew Joe Biddle, he would never speak, you know, negatively like that against anybody. That was a compliment for sure.
Right, and Joe was cracking up. And I owe Joe so much with Dave Woloshin, who also votes. Dave really was instrumental in it. Joe was kind of the Heisman Trophy gatherer for the state of Tennessee. I think Jimmy Himes is now, but Joe got Dave his vote, and Dave and Joe got me my vote. So I've always been appreciative. And I always liked him. Went to high school with Steve Spurrier. They were buddies in high school in Johnson City, Joe was. But the Steve McNair injury that it kind of make you cringe. He had the muscle that is attached to your rib bones torn loose, to your rib cage.
Wow.
And it is very painful. And they said the shot that he would take pregame and one at halftime, and I'm exaggerating, but I got my arm spread way across. They said the needle was about that long. Wow. And it was very, very painful going in and very painful when it wore off.
Oh gosh, you know, that's the thing about the you know, Toradol and the rest of those. When it wears off, you know immediately. It is over, yeah. So, I mean, what these guys go through, and McNair was at the very top of that. The dudes are warriors, man, 100%. And him doing that week in and week out, he's got to do it for practice. He's got to do it at night. That dude is tough as they come, man. As tough as they come.
Archie Manning said about him, in Archie Manning's humble style, of course, wouldn't mention himself. He goes, you know, the state of Mississippi could make the case that it's produced the greatest quarterback of all time. At that time, he was meaning Brett Favre, the greatest running back of all time in Walter Payton, the greatest wide receiver of all time in Jerry Rice, and he said the toughest son of a gun to ever play in Steve McNair.
That's incredible, and that is it. I never thought about that either. That's
coming from a guy that played with a broken arm.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he wasn't a slouch himself. That is incredible, though. That I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
And most of them not coming from large schools. Alcorn State, Mississippi Valley State,
right.
Mississippi. Yeah, I mean,
and from little old bitty towns in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
Columbia, Keone.
Look at baseball.
Drew,
look at college baseball. Athletes are all over the state of Mississippi, 100%.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are. But yeah, gonna be a tough day remembering that. But also up in Nashville, the news earlier this week about Chris Johnson and his ALS diagnosis. I know that hit the city really hard.
Man, you know, it's one of those that we're obviously, number one, feel terrible, you know, for Chris Johnson. And number two, man, it's so scary because it could just come out of nowhere. And, not to, speak, just it's to frighten everybody, but it scares you. You know what I mean? You see it, you're like, oh man, life is precious. And I just feel terrible. There's no word that you could say for it other than I wish I could just give Chris Johnson a hug. You know what I mean? Like it's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it really, really is sad to watch that interview. It was just heartbreaking to see. But Alan, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy this holiday weekend, and we'll talk to you next Friday.
Look forward to it, guys. Y'all have a great weekend. Be safe, and we'll talk to you.
Right back at
Thank you, Alan. Enjoy.
Alan Bell joining us every single Friday to talk some wagering, as it's going to be a busy day and weekend of Major League Baseball. Let's get to another break. When we return, we got to talk some NBA. Grizzlies Summer League roster is out. Some other NBA news out there as well. We'll do that next on Sports Time.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Unlock your new go-to spot, Codes Dispensary in Steele, Missouri, just over an hour from Memphis. When you're ready for a legal, reliable option, they're right up the road. Explore the full menu of top-shelf products in-store and online. Short on time? Order ahead and cruise through the drive-thru for a quick pickup. Stack rewards while you stock up with Club Codes. Earn points for every dollar spent. Codes Dispensary, now open in Steele, Missouri. Supreme cannabis that's worth the drive. Learn more at CodesDispensary.com. That's CodesDispensary.com.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue. We're cooking it up, down home way. Hickory smoke flavor like the good old days.
Hey y'all, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering is our specialty. Memphians have trusted Corky's to cater their events for 40 years because we make it easy for you and delicious for your guests. Whether it's 50 people or a crowd of thousands, our experienced team comes to your location, sets up, serves, and ensures everyone enjoys a Corky's all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet starting at only $7.99 per person. You can't beat it. With 40 years of experience, it's easy to see why customers choose Corky's time and time again for all of their catering needs. Visit Corky'sBBQ.com to book us for your next party.
Uncorked flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Need a new ride? We got it covered during the summer sticker sales event at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 2026 Kia K4 LXS now $229 a month. 24-month lease, $34.99 to its signing. 2026 Kia Sorento LX, we got it at $297 a month. And 2027 Kia Telluride S, only $449 a month. Both 24-month lease, $39.99 to its signing. Plus, you'll find the all-new 2026 EV9, $12,000 off MSRP or 0% for 60 months available, and every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Come see Bobby J and get your new Kia today at Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
K4 TE 349,980, MSRP 24,825. Sorrento TG 453,494, MSRP 34,280. Telluride VG 005,288, MSRP 44,510. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 must finance through KFA. Excludes tax file and license with approved credit dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 6/30/26.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Lexus of Memphis. Here are your hosts, Brett Stats Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Well, free agency well underway. A lot of news out there around the association, but the big news here locally, mentioned it earlier, the Summer League roster has been released for the Memphis Grizzlies. Very interesting group. A lot of people curious of who would be on this roster, as you know, it seemed like a lot of these young guys that are already on the roster, you knew the rookies would be on there, but this looks like a team where, you know, it's kind of what we've been saying of how kind of the season's going to go. For a lot of guys, it's kind of going to be a tryout. And so this seems like we're going to give you as many opportunities to go out there and show us what type of player you are. And so for guys like Taylor Hendricks and like Walter Clayton Jr., you know, these guys that saw a lot of run last year in the regular season, but were brought in from in trades, this front office still trying to get a good look at them. And so throw them out there in Summer League. We'll see how much either of them play. I think Walter Clayton could certainly see a lot more of him than maybe Taylor Hendricks. Cedric Howard, I think, will be interesting to see how they use him in these Summer League games. So I'm excited about this group for Summer League.
Give me your quick perusal of that roster and tell me how many players will run out to the line and be introduced opening night.
Okay, Boozer, Clayton, Cedric, Hendricks.
They'll be starters opening night.
Yeah, no, they definitely will be. Lopez, Meshack, Small. I think those are the confirmed. So what's that? 7, and then maybe Omax. So yeah, I mean, you're talking about 6 to 8 guys that are on this the Summer League roster that have a real shot to be with the team come opening night.
Who's number one pushing to make it? Good summer, good camp. You're always racking up tape.
Yeah, I really don't think any of these other guys are, just because they have so many on there that are going to be on the roster next year that it feels like there is kind of a drop-off from guys that are already on the roster to the guys that are just filling roster spots here in Summer League. I'll tell you one guy that's going to be fun to watch that isn't on the roster, Zach Cleveland from Liberty. This guy is awesome, 6'7" forward. He's really fun to watch, so I'm sure he'll be a lot of fun over these next couple of weeks. I don't think he's pushing for a roster spot, but he'll be fun at least to watch these next couple of weeks. But
does he find a roster next year?
He could play his way onto a two-way somewhere. I think he's probably a G League guy next year, and then kind of see what happens. I don't know what kind of deal he signed with the Grizzlies. It might be some sort of Exhibit 10 where they're trying to funnel him to South Haven with the hustle. I just haven't looked close enough to see what that deal is, but there's certainly a lot of interesting names on here.
Kareem Lopez, good to go health-wise for Vegas?
No, yeah,
for Summer League?
He's Kareem Lopez fully healthy.
Okay.
I don't know of any injuries with him, so I
think he's maybe the most intriguing guy.
Yeah, because we just don't know anything about him. You can go and watch the tape and the film of what he did over in New Zealand, but
that's called going to YouTube, right?
Yeah. Well, I think they're on YouTube. I don't know. Someone told me how to find his games over in New England or New Zealand.
You think anybody's got real film?
Well, you can go find the full games. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Yeah. I can't remember where to go get. Connor's been watching them, but I don't know exactly where he's been watching them at. So yeah, you can find them. I think it's maybe even on the team's or league's website. They might have the full game replays. So yeah, but we just don't know anything about him. So it'll be good to see him out there and kind of see how he moves. Very raw, but I think there's some potential there. So that will be a lot of fun as they'll get started tomorrow. I believe 2:00 against Oklahoma City, if I'm not mistaken.
Where? NBA TV?
I think it's on one of the ESPN's channels. So I am not sure.
Lopez, very, very interesting.
Yeah, no, he definitely is. Against Thunder tomorrow on ESPNU. So you'll be able to watch it on ESPN. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we can talk about.
Can't be all soccer, can we?
No, definitely not. It'll certainly be a lot of summer league watching over the next couple of days. But I think we can talk about all these guys as much as we want. Nobody cares as much about any of these other guys than Cam Boozer and Kareem Lopez. It's always the rookies that are going to get everybody excited. And so, yeah, when they, whether they start, whether they come off the bench, when they hit the court tomorrow and throughout summer league, eyes will be on him, and I'll be curious to see how much Cam Boozer plays over these next couple weeks. I would not be surprised at all if he plays a couple games. They shut him down. We've seen enough. We know what you can do. No reason to risk injury. You're not proving anything. Let's just wrap you up and get to the preseason and get to the year and make sure you're fully healthy. So,
Brian, we were talking about those players from the state of Mississippi. I don't know that I ever knew the exact hometown. I knew it wasn't, Jerry Rice wasn't from where he played college at Avena from Mississippi Valley State. So I went to the Google machine, hometown, and I've got some of my Mississippi brethren trying to help me out on the pronunciation. It is spelled Oktoc. And one said he's heard it every different way, and another one said it's Oktoc.
Okay.
Right outside of Starkville, born in Starkville.
Okay.
And he shares the hometown with Cool Papa Bell from the Negro Leagues, Hall of Famer.
Interesting.
I gotta go. I've got to go when
Yeah.
I get down sometime when I'm down there.
Interesting.
In East Octavia County, right there at Starkville. The school district he went to has now been merged into the Starkville School District. But boy, best player ever out of there, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that is interesting. Yeah, and yeah, you definitely got to get down there because that would be really fun to walk around there and see some of those landmarks and things.
I think the whole time through Oktoc may be about a minute and a half.
Well, yeah,
the way it looks.
I think it sounds small, even without even looking at a map or anything. It sounds really, really small, so that will definitely be a fun trip. But we were talking Summer League tonight, 2 games in Summer League. Heat Spurs at 7:00 on ESPN. So look at Terrace Reed with the Spurs. I haven't seen the full Spurs Summer League roster, so I'm sure some interesting names there. And then Lakers and Warriors 9:30 on ESPNU. So Cam Carr with the Lakers, and then Yaxel with the Warriors. So some fun names, some fun rookies to watch. Because if we're being honest, that's what everyone watches Summer League for the rookies.
And watch this weekend, because after just a couple of games, the front office can say we've seen enough. Get them out of there.
No, yeah, we just talked about that with Boozer. You'll see that especially with a lot of these top picks. The top 5 or 6 guys. You get out there a couple times, and it's shut down city after a few games. So I'm sure for Cam Boozer might not play at all in Utah. We'll just have to wait and see what that lineup looks like tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they sit him through Utah, maybe throw him out there a game. I'm sure he'll be out there for that first game in Vegas against the Bulls. Obviously, number 3 pick versus number 4 pick. I'm sure he'll be out there for that game. After that, I could see them shutting it down and saying we've seen enough of you. We know what you got out of you. So let's go ahead, get to another break, wrap up this first hour, and when we return, we're talking some more wagering. Bruce Marshall from the Gold Sheet. He joins us next.
Nothing symbolizes your love like a natural diamond, and nothing compares to the real diamonds you'll find at Sissy's Log Cabin. Here, you'll only find brilliant natural diamonds that have been here long before your I do, and that will become more treasured with time, just like your love. Explore our expansive selection and enjoy unmatched quality and service at your nearest Sissy's Log Cabin or at sissyslogcabin.com. Find a real natural diamond worthy of your story only at Sissy's.
It's time to get your backyard ready for the ultimate pool party with a little help from Family Leisure. If you've been sitting on the fence about taking the plunge with a pool, now's the time to take the dive. You want an above-ground pool? Done. Starting at $39.99, and that's with installation. You want an in-ground pool? Take your pick. They start at under $50,000. Accessorize that pool with a patio furniture set starting at just $9.99. Outdoor sectionals, they start at $12.99. In fact, all in-stock patio furniture sets are priced to move. And with select patio furniture sets, you'll get a free umbrella and base. Okay, you aren't looking to get into a pool just yet? Family Leisure has hot tubs that start at just $34.99. Get in shape or stay in shape with a swim spa starting at $16,999. Get your backyard, front yard, side yard, whatever, ready for fun. Family Leisure, Whitten Road at I-40, where family and fun come together.
Old Dominick Distillery is pouring Memphis pride into every cocktail. From the winning atmosphere at its downtown Memphis distillery to award-winning craft spirits, Old Dominick is pure Memphis spirit through and through. Swing by the distillery bar for a pregame cocktail or celebrate your wins with a guided tour and tasting. Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Rockin' Ronnie stepped out, but left me with some amazing deals at Gossett Hyundai South Mount Moriah. How about 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE? We Gossett $198.48 a month. Yeah, $198.48 a month for Hyundai Elantra SE. How about 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE? $269.59 a month. That's right, $269.59 a month for Hyundai Tucson SE. Plus 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL. $331.82 a month. $331.82 a month for Hyundai Palisade SEL. Plus, you'll get owner's assurance with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So go by and ask for Rockin' Ronnie today at Gossett Hyundai South, 2660 Mount Moriah, or online, GossettHyundaiMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Elantra TU 196,041, MSRP 24,110. Palisade SEL, stock number TU 106,409, MSRP 44,820. Tucson TH7 44,261, MSRP 31,350. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
For those that watch the stock market, the real estate market also has its watchers, like me, Sheldon Rosengarten, with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. Right now I'm seeing the listing inventory increasing and the contracts and closings not keeping up, which puts us in what is labeled as a buyer's market. That is why it is extremely critical that you obtain the best advice and expertise when you're considering the sale of your home. And that is what I do. To make your home a sweet spot, where buyers are drawn to you like bees to honey, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers, but make sure I am one of them. Find out about my highly successful strategic marketing program that can help you sell your home quicker at a better price. Remember what people often say, when you want the job done, call Sheldon. Call me at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. That's right, relocate is in my name. memphisrelocate.com or 483-0546.
Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, come hang out on the back porch. An hour full of the hottest topics and important people around the SEC and only the SEC. The Back Porch, Saturday morning at 10 right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon, T-Dot's working with a couple of accidents. Heavy traffic now trying to sneak through Midtown on 240 southbound at South Parkway. Going outbound on Sam Cooper, that's increased quite a bit, trying to get back up on the interstate. A little bit of radar was scattered down I-40 earlier. Just be careful as that volume builds out through there on 40 east, passing 269 at Chambers Chapel, headed out towards Fayette County. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car and truck having transmission problems. Bring it to Amco Transmissions right now with 2 locations here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis, with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10. Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
When you hear the sound coming,
We're back into Sports Time. Bryant and Brett with you, and we gotta talk some more wagering, a little bit of everything. That's what we always do at this time. We do it with Bruce Marshall.
Joining the guys every Friday is college football historian and Vegas legend Bruce Marshall from Vegas Insiders, CBS Sports, and his own website, bamsports.net. With over 30 years on Memphis radio, with handicapping and sports talk, here's Bruce Marshall with Bryant and Brett.
Now from the Gold Sheet. And Bruce, I've been very excited to get you on with us because, Brett and I can talk all we want about the World Cup, about Team USA, but you're really our expert, and you're the one that can really point us into the right direction. So I want to go back to Team USA, their win over Bosnia, and all of the controversy around Flo Balogun's red card that sent him off. He'll now be suspended for Monday's match against Belgium. What did you make of the win, and walk us through that red card situation?
Yeah, the win was expected. Bosnia just doesn't have enough offense, and they were just going to try to sit back in a mid-block, low-block the whole game, and they did a fairly effective job. They kind of took Pulisic out of the game, made it difficult on the Americans, but USA was controlling the action there because Bosnia can't get upfield the other way, and eventually, there was capitalized on a turnover, and Balogun scored that goal before halftime. So it looked like they were a little trouble that maybe when they went down to 10, and then Tillman made that great free kick, which I didn't think he had a chance to make from the angle at the start, but he put it in there. Bayer Leverkusen, good for him. The red card, I know it's kind of controversial, but actually I think it was the right call. I'll tell you why. Even though it was definitely not deliberate, it was a dangerous play. And in something like that, you can only really determine from a replay. And even if you slow it down, that's sort of what VAR is for. And that was a dangerous play. And he didn't mean to do it. He just that's just where his foot landed. But intent is not the threshold for a red card like that. I mean, if it's a dangerous play, that's justified. If they didn't issue him the red, that we could have lived. I could have lived with that too, as far as the rules go. But I kind of understand why they did it. I don't think this is the worst VAR intervention this week. I think that was the Germany non-goal against Paraguay, which would have won the match for Germany earlier in the week on that Tuesday. So, but this one was, it didn't break too well for the U.S. But now they got to work without their real top scoring threat for this next match. We'll see.
What kind of chance do they stand on Monday Night Football at Lumen Field in Seattle?
This was the matchup back in March that really got me worried about the U.S. Now, they didn't have everybody there. They had a lot of their team playing, but Richards and Adams didn't play. Most of the other guys played. Also, Matt Turner was in goal, not Matt Freese. And I think that was the night I completely lost confidence in Turner because it was just floodgates were open. Belgium scored 5 straight goals, and they were just sort of walking through the U.S. Defense. U.S. has not played a team with a really competent offense except Turkey. But, I know U.S. had a changed squad in that game, but so did Turkey pretty much. I mean, they only had 2 starters who were there from the previous game. And they were moving pretty easily through that version of the U.S. defense. Now, it'll be a little different with everybody else, the first stringers there. But this was the problem that I saw in the run-up to the World Cup was defensively. And I think Pochettino, and I was critical of him at the time, and I've since kind of changed my stance. I think now playing on the front foot, very aggressive, high press, looking to create overloads off turnovers and things like that, the right way to play with this bunch of players. But now when you play more cultured offensive teams and with more firepower, that is a very risky strategy, and I'm not sure that Pochettino can do that. Belgium was also missing some key guys, including their goaltender in that March game in Atlanta, Thibaut Courtois, Real Madrid. He's one of the best in the world, and Lukaku didn't play in that game. Brassard didn't play. I was listening to Brad Friedel, former U.S. goalkeeper who played several years in England. He was on Gary Lineker's podcast the other night, which is they're shown on Netflix now during the tournament. And he expressed some real concerns about this matchup because he thought Belgium's pace, especially with Doku back and Luka Bacchio, really negates the U.S.'s pace somewhat. Now, Belgium was very fortunate to escape that game against Senegal, and they haven't looked all that convincing except for a few brief spurts in this tournament, but they are going to present the USA with some real challenges here. So I think this game's a real toss-up on Monday. Let's see if the USA can win this game. It would not be a shocker. I mean, it's basically like a pick-em with the odds makers, but this is going to be tougher. I mean, even throwing out the Turkey game, this could be a lot more difficult than those other 3 wins USA has had, just because the caliber of the opposition, much, much more.
Bruce, you're perfect to answer this. Bryant, we were bouncing around yesterday, Bruce. Let's go really aspirational and say the United States goes all the way and they win the World Cup, first time to ever win it. Would that be bigger than Lake Placid 1980 to the American sports psyche?
Good question. That was so unexpected in 1980 because the Soviets were so much a big favorite. This might be more of an accomplishment, though, because even though there isn't that sort of an overwhelming favorite, after the Soviets in 1980, the U.S. Into the tournament might have been like the 3rd pick going into the tournament. They're like the 11th or 12th into this tournament, and even right now they're about the 8th. So it would be pretty comparable. And in this era of social media and communications options that are so much more than 1980,
everything
it may have a bigger impact. I don't think realistically it should be. The Olympics were still all amateurs then. The Soviets, we know, that was their version of a pro team.
Mm-hmm.
Those are still amateurs, but this U.S. team is not outmanned. You have got guys. The U.S. has been putting these better players into Europe, and they've been doing very well for several years. So this was the year this is all supposed to hit the fruition. Don't mistake MLS, where most of these guys do not play in the MLS. They play overseas. They play in Serie A. They play in the Bundesliga. They play in England. They play in France. This is a good American team. They've got good players on a worldwide stage. So I don't think, practically speaking, it would be an upset like 1980, but it may be perceived as more just because of the number of great teams they had to beat and because of the communications now. They'd really go overboard if the U.S. won. I'm not sure they can do it, but interesting to think about.
Bruce, did the Soviet Union coach, did he make it home from Lake Placid, or was it straight to the gulag?
I'm not sure. I don't know if he coached after that. I got to go back and think and see if he did. He was
probably not well received. Probably treated much worse than Brian Kelly was last fall in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been even worse going home there back in 1980. Though I do recall, the Soviets would occasionally come over here. They beat the U.S. in an exhibition matchup at Madison Square Garden like 10-3 before the Olympics in '80 started. So I mean, that was what we were all thinking was going to happen in the Olympics. But a few years before, the Soviet national team did come over here and play some NHL teams. And I will never forget, this would have been like in 77, I think, 76, 77. They played the Flyers when they were the Broad Street Bullies at the old Spectrum. And the Flyers turned it into a brawl, and it almost caused international incident in that game.
Oh, I love it.
And the Flyers won, but all they did was want to fight. And it was so that, I mean, I think the Soviets
almost caused a
Flyers,
nuclear exchange, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And that was the Flyers, though. That wasn't with the Olympic team. But
Philly don't stop being Philly. I love it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding. What did you make of last night? Because I didn't know this. I was learning all of it while the game was finishing. But this Portugal-Croatia game last night, Croatia rallies back. They get the header or the goal to win or to tie the game in extra time or added time. And then they called it back. They went to VAR. They called it back because of the sensors in the ball detected that it touched one of the players' heads or the head of one of the players in an offside formation. See, I'm stuttering through this because I still don't even understand it. But can you explain the sensors in the ball and kind of what we saw in that match last night?
Yeah, I guess they got it right, even though it was just a little nick on the head. What the entry pass came in. And it looked like it went off of a Portugal defender, in which case it would not be an offside position.
Mm-hmm.
But the ball said it kind of whizzed by the Croatia player's head, but they on the way to the goal scorer, and it looked right off the start like no, he didn't touch it, but the ball noted there was a slight tick. And that's why they disallowed the goal.
Wow.
That one probably, the VAR before this World Cup would probably not have overturned that goal. But now they've got this Triondo ball that has these sensors. They might have had this back at the Euros 2 years ago, but it can sense all these different things. They have to battery charge. They have 12 balls for each game, and they battery charge them just like you do your phone before each game. And it sensed something. It sensed there was a touch. It was very, very gut-wrenching because that was one of the most dramatic finishes you could recall, and we were going to be treated to, penalty kicks right after that, but instead we didn't. There were 4 goals, by the way, ruled out in that Portugal-Croatia game for offsides. That was close, but I guess technically it was the right call.
Wow.
Bruce, don't let Bryant short sell his knowledge and prowess in betting on these games. Tell him your 3-2 story from the other day.
Oh,
Bryant.
the down 2-0 story when we had all the issues here. What was that game?
You won 3 different ways, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I did. Yes, the I guess it was the Belgium-Senegal game.
Yeah.
And I had the correct score 2-2, and I had a draw at the end of regulation. So that was a wild match to watch.
Belgium, didn't you?
No. It was just the tie. It was the 3-way bet of just Belgium to tie or for it to be a tie at the end of regulation, which we got. So and then I had the over in that game as well. So that was a wild one for me.
It was. I thought they were dead in that game. And there's some people in Africa, Senegal people, who are critical of the coach. They said he made some late game substitutions, which maybe he shouldn't have made because Senegal had that match under control. Senegal was very good. And then Belgium got hot. Yeah, I didn't. That's great having that on the 2-2. You won't get a thriller like that. I had it over, so I was worried about that.
Yeah.
I didn't have the draw, though. I sat out the 3-way, but if you had the 3-way of the over, that's a great daily double you got in that one.
Yeah, no, it was exhilarating to say the least. 2 more games today. We just got a good one with Australia and Egypt that had to go to penalty kicks. But later tonight, and I guess just about less than an hour, Argentina, Cape Verde, and then later tonight, Colombia and Ghana. Anything you like in these 2 matches?
Yeah, well, I can't envision Argentina losing. No. I don't know that it's going to be that easy, though. Cape Verde is better than people think. It's a veteran squad. They've been finally they got through the African qualifiers. The African sides have had a little more trouble in the round of 32, but most of these games, except Algeria last night, have been really close, and they could have won some of those, like the Senegal-Belgium game. This team doesn't. What they did against Spain in the opening match, they're going to try to do against Messi and company. They're going to fall back into a low block and dare Argentina to do something. You may see 75-80% possession in this game for Argentina, and they're going to go back as deep as they can and just kind of invite Argentina in and see if their defense can hold up. They cannot play a full court game or a full, field game against Argentina. Their only hope here is to keep this thing scoreless and into penalty kicks, which is what they're going to try to do. Can they do it? That worked against Spain, at least for 90 minutes. I don't think it can, but it may keep the score down. So I can almost see an under here, a 2-0, something like that. Messi's been marvelous. they'll find a way through at some point, but it may not be that easy because Cape Verde has not lost yet. I mean, they've got 3 draws and 2 clean sheets for Vozinha, the 40-year-old goalkeeper who is now a social media star. So Argentina advances, but maybe not as easily as people think. Tonight, I think Colombia is a very dangerous side here. I've talked to some people, I've listened to some podcasts from overseas. I think Colombia might actually have a chance to get to the finals, and you'd have a great 16-round Sweet 16 matchup with Switzerland, which I like a lot, and won last night. They'd be coming up for the winner of this match. Colombia's got a couple of guys, Luis Diaz from Bayern Munich and Luis Suarez from Sporting Lisbon, are big-time goal scorers in Europe. And Diaz also scored 26 goals this season for Bayern Munich, 7 in the Champions League. Suarez scored 33 for Sporting Lisbon, 5 in the Champions League. Suarez has yet to score in the World Cup, though. Manny's came close. Diaz only scored once, but boy, they had Portugal under the pump the other night. I think they get Ghana. Ghana's, well, again, they tried that low block. It worked against England. Did not against Croatia. That's a hard way to win in a World Cup. I think they get a bit more adventurous. They've got Semenyo from Manchester City, but they are missing Mohamed Kudus, their midfielder from Tottenham, who's actually been out the last 5 months with a leg injury, and did not make the World Cup squad. So they have a little less cutting edge. I think Colombia wins. They're a pretty good favorite here tonight. I'd consider laying the extra goal. I think it might actually get over 2.5 too, because Ghana's got to come out and play tonight. They can't just sit back, and Colombia is so electric. So I kind of think Colombia gets them like 3-1, something like that tonight.
Bruce, so far so good on security, and I think favorability for everybody involved on the organizational front. The games have been great. The TV ratings are just as good as you ever could have imagined. I mean, they're like AFC, NFC championship game TV ratings. How big a handle in Vegas has it been for wagering on it?
Big. I mean, they're saying, it's way surpassed the Super Bowl now. Super Bowl's a one-day event, although there is a 2-week run-up to that. And now in this, there's a lot more games. But they've broken all sorts of records in Vegas, and this has turned into a huge event at the sports books. So they say for one event, now mind, there's going to be 104 games when this thing is done. It will have gone over 5 weeks. It is going to eclipse. It may have already eclipsed what they do for March Madness. There's more games and there's more longer time frame, but it's been a big hit here. The USA has had a lot to do with that, and its progress here and getting everybody excited. They had the biggest handle ever on a U.S. game for the Bosnia match 2 nights ago, so I'd expect that to be broken on Monday night when they play Belgium up in Seattle.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Talking to Bruce Marshall. He joins us every Friday from the Gold Sheet. Over Major League Baseball, nice weekend of games. We got one game going on right now with the Cardinals and the Cubs. Cardinals up big right now. But what do you like tonight around Major League Baseball?
Well, have you guys noticed what Tampa Bay has done here in the last week? I mean, they have totally flipped.
We have.
Yeah, I mean, they have totally flipped the American League East. It looked like the Yankees were in charge, and suddenly Tampa Bay has won 8 in a row, and the Yankees have lost 7 in a row. So a 3.5-game Yankee lead just a little over a week ago is now a 4-game Tampa Bay lead. Not only is Tampa Bay winning, they're throttling the foes, 52-15, the total score in this win streak. So the pitching's been great. Junior Caminero had a 6-game home run streak in there. So all of a sudden, everything is clicking. They go in tonight in a pretty short price against Houston on the road, which has cooled off a bit. Arrighetti is, after a very good month for the Astros in May, where ZRA was under 1, ZRA was 9 in June. He really fell off the map. And Nick Martinez has stayed pretty consistent for Tampa Bay. It's a short price on Tampa Bay considering how well they're playing, and they've, off another sweep in Kansas City. I would look at the Rays here. Just ride some of these teams, if they keep winning. The other one on the run line tonight that I I think the Padres, if Craig Stammen wasn't a first-year manager, I think they'd make a change right now because this team has lost its way. And when you have a 6-0 lead after the top of the second inning last night at Dodger Stadium, and you have blown the lead by the end of the third inning, something is really wrong. And the Padres, just have fallen completely apart. Shohei's pitching tonight. I mean, you're going to have to lay a price like -120 or so on the run line with the Dodgers, but, I think the way that's going, I'd do it. I mean, they have made Dodger Stadium has become like the Azteca for the Mexican national team. With these teams coming in, they're getting so intimidated, like the Padres. Very disappointed in the Padres. I think I just do it with the Dodgers and make the Padres do something.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Bruce, before we let you go, where can we find more of you?
Yeah, thanks. Check me out online. Everything for me these days up there. WagerTalk.com. We've had a good run here with the baseball's had a really good run here for a couple months. And World Cup as well. Got a couple more World Cups coming up here and baseball tonight. And goldsheet.com is there too. We'll start populating that with football stuff come August. WagerTalk.com, that's where you can also find picks and parlays and winnersandwhiners.com.
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to the football season. Bruce, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Enjoy the holiday weekend, and we'll talk to you again next Friday.
Okay, happy 4th, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you, Bruce, so much. Thank you so much, and we wish the same to you. Tampa Bay right now 5 up over the Yankees in the East in the loss column, but in the seeding 8 up for the number 1 seed in the loss column over the Southsiders.
Wow, yeah, really impressive what they've been doing. Obviously, we've talked about it. Bruce mentioned it, but just the way that they're winning these games has been impressive. The guys that have been stepping up for them have been impressive, and we mentioned Junior Caminero yesterday and what he's been doing over the last week for that team. So really, really fun team, and we'll see if they can keep that rolling into the weekend.
In keeping with the World Cup theme, 6-0 Cardinals over the Cubs right
There you
now.
go. Yeah, and that's been a good start for the Cardinals. So hopefully they can hold on to this and nothing crazy happens the rest of the game. But certainly top of the 4th, really, really strong start for the Birds.
3-run homer from Nathan Church.
Yeah.
Let's go to Church. Way to go, Nathan Church.
That's back-to-back games with home runs, so good for him.
Sure is. Bruce was on our Sissy's Log Cabin guest line. Sissy's Log Cabin, the official jeweler of the hometown teams like the Grizzlies and the Tigers. You'll see it on all the ribbon boards out at the remodeled stadium this football season. And, of course, at FedEx Forum when the Tigers play home games there. And at FedEx Forum at Grizzlies games, you can enjoy the Sissy's Log Cabin floor seat lounge. That great location at 4542 Poplar, right in the heart of everything at Poplar and Perkins in Laurelwood. Supporter of everything in town, both sports and social and arts and philanthropic. The Mid-South's largest selection of one-of-a-kind jewelry, engagement rings, wedding bands, necklaces, earrings, everything for those special occasions. 9,000 square foot store in Laurelwood with expanded lines for Rolex, Cartier, diamonds, and more. Since 1970, with all the great locations across the Mid-South, they will be with us at SEC Media Days and all our leaderboard updates at the FedEx St. Jude Championship at the TPC Southwind in August will be brought to you by Sissy's Log Cabin, the official jeweler for the Grizzlies, and at FedEx Forum with the floor seat lounge. Unsurpassed value, exceptional service, expansive selection, and an extraordinary shopping experience because life's too short for ordinary jewelry.
Well, we need to get to another break. When we return, we mentioned Cardinals up right now, threatening to maybe add some more runs in the 4th inning. We'll update you on what's going on in Chicago. We'll talk about a lot of things that happened last night, some matchups, some series getting started later tonight. We'll do all that next on Sports Time.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
It's golf time. What's my first thought? Miramichi, of course, Miramichi. Sometimes you need just to escape the hustle and bustle of life, and that's exactly what Miramichi will provide. It means the place of happy retreat, and I promise you, it lives up to its name. While it might not be in the heart of Shelby County, it's certainly worth the drive. It's 25 minutes from my driveway in East Memphis. Once you arrive at the front door, you know you're going to get an experience unlike any other public golf course in town. Let's start with practice facilities. Not all are created equal, and you will find none better than those at Miramichi. The range is an impressive 12-acre space. It allows you to spread out and practice for those long drives. They got a great short game place. They've got a chipping green. They've got a putting green. They're beyond compare. You want to get better? You go to Miramichi. You want a great competitive golf course? You go to Miramichi. It's worth the drive. I love it. Miramichi.
Yes, it's that time again, and after all, you bought or sold a house 25 years ago, and everything should be the same. Wrong. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors, and just like artificial intelligence, AI, it's changing the landscape. Buying and selling a home today is worlds apart from when you last did it, whether it was 25 years ago, 40 years ago, or 2 years ago. Just like getting through a jungle, you need a trusted guide who has a highly successful strategic marketing program when you're selling, and who also knows the trails and pitfalls when you're buying. You may have heard of me due to the fact that I not only am the worst golfer in town, but people often say when you want the job done, call Shell Dunn. Whether you're thinking of selling or buying or merely want a conversation about what to do or not to do, you can always reach me, Shell Dunn Rosengarten, at 483-0546 or email me at memphisrelocate.com. That's memphisrelocate.com or call me at 483-0546.
Check it out. Central Barbecue has an app.
Hey, let me see it.
Don't just grab somebody's phone. Jeez.
Oh, okay, then just show it to me.
See?
Oh, wow. Simple, straightforward.
I know. Just tap on the Central Barbecue app, and you can order from any Central Barbecue.
Oh, they've got all 4 locations. They got downtown, Poplar, Summer, and even South Haven.
Yep. Place your order on the Central Barbecue app, and it'll be ready when you arrive. Your food will be ready in 10 minutes, and there are no extra fees for using the app.
Now, that is a sweet deal.
It is a sweet deal.
Marty McNate's on vacation, but passed along some exciting deals at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown's Volkswagen Driver Days event. If you're looking for sporty, we Gossett 2026 Jetta S. Just $249 a month. $249 a month for Jetta S. Luxury just got a new definition in 2026 Tiguan 2.0 TS. Now $269 a month. Brand new Tiguan S $269 a month. Plus 2026 Atlas SE. Only $329 a month. That's only $329 a month for a brand new Atlas SE. Marty McNate will be waiting for you at Gossett Volkswagen Germantown, 7420 Winchester Road. Online, GossettVWG.com, and remember, your future's what you make it.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Atlas TC 564,681, MSRP 41,911, Jetta TMO 312,217, MSRP 25,791, Tiguan TMO 43,763, MSRP 32,881. Includes all rebates and incentives. Must be financed through Volkswagen Credit PF 895. Excludes tax title license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer in 6/30/26. Dealer stock only.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. As that volume of traffic picks up quite a bit now, you pretty much would expect trying to sneak through Midtown on 240 South here in South Parkway. It's busy, but it's moving over here on 240 East passing Mill Branch. As you get onto 385 Bill Morris Parkway, expect that to get a little bit heavier here in the next few minutes on 385 going outbound. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. Having transmission problems of any kind, if your light comes on, just let them check it out at Amco Transmissions, 2 locations to help you here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Well, it's a big weekend for Major Major League Baseball. As we know, the 4th of July means a lot of baseball. Right now, only one game going on. The Cardinals up 8-0 over the Cubs in the top of the 4th inning as the Cubs making a pitching change. They had 2 outs, hadn't given up any runs in the 4th inning, but just piling on the Cardinals are right now. So looking good for St. Louis, and would be a really nice way to start this weekend series against the rivals.
No game tonight for Kansas City and Philadelphia. That series starts tomorrow night in Kansas City, a rematch of the 1980 World Series when the Phillies won their first one in forever with Steve Carlton and Pete Rose and others, Mike Schmidt, a lot of great players on that team, a lot of great players on Kansas City that year with George Brett and Frank White and Amos Otis and others. But everybody else is going tonight, and Alan Bell was right. It is toasty. It's miserable at most places.
Yeah, no, it's hot, and
it's not toasty. It's miserable.
Yeah, no, it's hot. You're getting rain a lot of places, and so just watching this Fox with the World Cup. It looks like they're getting ready to play, but it looks like some dark clouds. If that was a live shot of Miami that they just showed, very dark clouds in the area. So it feels like that's kind of everywhere. It's hot, a chance of rain a lot of places, and so that certainly will play a role all weekend across Major League Baseball. But yeah, you just look up and down the schedule for this weekend. Some really intriguing series, and we already got a couple of them that started last night. White Sox Guardians started last night. Guardians winning that game with a walk-off home run, so feels like it's going to be a really fun weekend.
And a good pitching matchup in that one tonight. Gavin Williams going for Cleveland. Anthony Kay, the starter for the White Sox. I know you pretty well. You got that one circled for the Twins, don't you? Getting that plus money against against Garrett Cole and the Yankees, don't you?
I probably won't bet it just because the 7-game losing streak's gotta snap at some point, and I don't
that
like
price tag and Garrett Cole being shaky.
Yeah, well, no, it's true, but I get a little worried when you get over about four losses in a row. That's when I get a little nervous and don't want to bet against a team on a losing streak, especially the New York Yankees.
If you're just wanting to ride a pitcher tonight, ride Logan Webb for the Giants, having a great year to really no publicity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, that Giants team, they get lost out there for, our part of the country most years, and certainly when they're having the season they're having, really easy to get lost over way out in California. So, yeah, tonight against the Rockies, those are two teams that both have won less than 37 games. So one of them, if the Giants win, they'll get to 37 wins on the year behind Logan Webb tonight. So that one will be interesting tonight. I'm trying to and I've been looking over the last couple hours to see any updates out there. I don't know if you saw this last night in the Mariners game. They were playing the Angels, wrapping up that series because they did not play Wednesday night because I think it was Wednesday. One night earlier this week, they didn't play because of the World Cup. Mariners win that game 1-0, but in that game, it was insane. I forgot who the starting pitcher was, Urania for LA. So Julio Rodriguez, now this was on the base path. I don't know how he was trying to get to second, if it was hit to Shanuel, the first baseman, or if it was a pickoff attempt. I don't know what it was, but he was trying to get to second. He gets plunked in the back of his head by the throw in the back of his helmet. They take him out. He's in concussion protocol now. Victor Robles replaces him in center field. A few batters later, Arozarena's up. He gets hit in the elbow. He was able to stay in the game, even though it looked like he wasn't going to be able to. Well, then Robles comes up. I don't know if it was his first time up to the plate or not. I think it was, yeah, because there's no statistics down for him. His first at-bat, he steps up. He gets hit in the elbow and has to leave the game. So they had to use 3 center fielders last night. The Mariners did. And so haven't seen any updates. The last update I saw, both Julio Rodriguez and Victor Robles, they're going to get looked at ahead of tonight's game. They'll see if they're able to go. But I just, very rarely do you see 2 center fielders in the same game have to leave with injuries. Hopefully they're okay and able to go tonight. Should be an interesting series in Seattle against the Blue Jays.
What did Caminero end up doing last night?
I don't know his exact stat line. He didn't have a home run. I do know that he was on that streak of home runs, but I don't know exactly what his stat line looked like.
He's been on a heater, as have they.
Yeah, no, they've been really good. 0 for 5 last night for Junior Caminero, so not his
humbling game. There's always one right around the corner.
Yeah, not his best game at the plate for sure. So yeah, no, the Rays they are super impressive the way that they've done it. He's certainly a star in the league, and will be really interesting. I forgot if it was Allen or Bruce that pointed out that matchup tonight, and Arrighetti and kind of the struggles he's had, been very up and down throughout the season. So that's an Apple TV game later tonight. Nick Martinez, who has been awesome for Tampa Bay after spending some time with the Reds. He's 7-2, 2.66 ERA. He's been awesome. We'll see what he does tonight on the road.
Against Spencer Arrighetti. That's a good one.
Yeah, no, that's a really good one. And he's been good on the road, so we'll see if he can continue that later tonight in Houston.
It's a good one on the north side of Chicago right now for the people clad in red. I bet the bleachers are right this afternoon at that. Mason Wynn 3-run homer to make it 11-zip in the bottom of the fourth. One shy of a dozen, cousin.
Yeah, no, I mean, the offense last night really clicking in Atlanta, and that's carried over to this afternoon. So
you got the Cardinals in an 11-run pool anywhere?
I do not have
12,
anybody
13, anywhere, anything?
I have no team and no pool.
No pools.
I am no pool man, am I? But yeah, no, this offense has been fun to watch the last couple of days. It's been kind of everybody pinching in and doing their job, and so yeah, it's
just when we count them out. How many times this year that this is the week they really recede, and they drop back closer to 500 than to the 10 over mark. They're 6 over 500 now. They've done this all year. Marmol's done a good job.
Yeah, he has, and you're right. I mean, it is kind of every time you're ready to quit on them, they have kind of this little run in them, and so we'll see how long this lasts. It would be great if it's a successful weekend in Chicago against the Cubs. Every Cardinal fan would love that. And yeah, I mean, I think
Kyle Lay going tomorrow, and he's got it figured out now. They got Cubs have a good one going tomorrow.
Who's pitching tomorrow for
him? I'm a Nega.
Oh yeah, no, that's that'll be a good matchup tomorrow. The night game tomorrow.
Yeah, on Fox,
on the 4th
Big
of July.
Fox.
So yeah,
Fox taking a break from the World Cup tomorrow night to show baseball. Is that allowed?
Yeah, I don't know what I've very much been living the World Cup day to day, so I have no idea what the schedule
just taking it as it
like.
gets presented to you. Huh?
Yeah, I kind of take it one day at a time. Only 2 games tomorrow.
We're into penalty kicks.
Cup. No,
right now with
You
Australia.
must be watching a replay. That ended about an hour ago. We're about
it did?
We're about to have Argentina and Cape Verde start.
Who ended up winning Australia? Egypt. Who got through?
Egypt ended up winning 4-2 in penalties. So they get through, and they'll keep dancing if we want to keep using NCAA terms there. But
yeah, we like incorporating that.
That's right. Yeah, tomorrow I think. Tomorrow starts the round of 16, so only 2 games tomorrow at noon and 4 o'clock. So they'll be done and getting out to baseball by nighttime. So that will be really fun. And then they've already made the decision on Sunday to I believe they've made the decision, maybe not. I want to say they've made the decision to move Mexico and England up because of weather in the area. So we talk about weather with baseball. It is going to play a role, or could play a role this weekend with the World Cup as well.
Closed today at Jerry's World.
I don't know. Maybe. I would assume so, but I did
Egypt's first knockout win ever.
Is that right? Wow. Interesting. Good for them.
Way to go, Egypt.
That was a fun game. I thought there was a chance that Australia was going to win that one, but not able to do it would have been a really cool story if Australia had.
Anwar Sadat, man of peace. We're for Egypt.
I guess so. Sure, why not?
You didn't study that in history?
No. I'm just for Brad. I'm just for whoever I got money on at this point.
Gotcha.
History, throw it out the door.
I heard a good line from Kendrick Perkins. Somebody was talking about KU, and somebody mentioned North Carolina. He said, "Let me tell you where I went to college. I went to college at the University of Cash."
Well, hey, there you go. Well, nowadays, everybody's going to the University of Cash. It's give me that best offer, and that's where I'll go. So,
and you see the story out there that Keith Carter was quoted in a story that Chase Parham wrote for Ole Miss 24/7, of the sustainability. We keep hearing this. I hope nobody thinks that at the end of we can't sustain it, that it just goes away. Here's what happens. The market corrects itself, and maybe that Hoss running back out of Chattanooga Baylor that's wanting to start at $1 million next year, and he's going to get it, probably going to go to Ohio State. Ole Miss is in the mix for him, but I don't think they get him. He's in a few years when it's unsustainable and the market corrects. Big time running backs only getting $200,000 again.
Yeah.
That's how it's going to correct. Or they don't play. And who's going to do that?
No, nobody's doing that.
But Lane Kiffin said a few years ago he thought we were going to wade through years of college football, that when we finally got to the other side and there's a market correction, the players from kind of this era right now played in the golden era.
Yeah. No, I think
when you could really cash in.
No, I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And so, we talk about all the time. It's going to be something to watch over the next couple of years.
We don't get to the end of the sustainability road and go, that's it. We don't play anymore.
No.
You find somebody that will be the right guard for $100,000 again.
No. Yeah. So it's, it'll be something to watch over these next couple of years as we maybe start to see that shift. Speaking of Ole Miss football, they got a local commit earlier today. White Station defensive lineman Antoine Jackson announced his commitment to Ole Miss earlier this afternoon. So a good get for Ole Miss, 4-star here in Memphis. So
it's a great year locally for a lot of players.
Yeah.
Oregon commit earlier in the week.
Yeah.
Ole Miss has got a player, offensive lineman from Southwind. There's a lot of good players. There's a couple of great players at Collierville.
Yeah. That the Oregon commit at Collierville. So
that's
and their quarterback going to Iowa or Illinois, one of the Big Ten schools. Memphis produces really, really good collegiate talent from the high school ranks, and you're seeing a lot of them right now. Kind of commitment time for that class of 2027. You're seeing a lot of them make their decisions.
And Bryant, on all this recruiting now, and used to it was such a zero-sum game. You either got them or you might as well have been 55th place if you didn't get them. I mean, what'd you get for being runner-up?
Yeah.
A lot of jet fuel, countless man hours, maybe a lot of something offers, and you get nothing. Well, now, and I'm setting this up for Coach Huff here locally. Okay, you're the runner-up. They go off to Oregon or they go off to the SEC, wherever. But you keep a pretty good relationship, and we know in some situations it's not going to work out at those places for everyone, and then they look to maybe start coming back home.
Yeah, no, and you've already seen a lot of that with some guys on the current roster that went other places and now coming back. I know he said it in his introductory press conference. He's either gonna wrap them up or they'll come back and play for him. That he is making the city a big priority now. With this class 2027, a lot harder to land these guys out of high school just because you just got the job here, whether they are a big time guy that's going to Oregon or Ole Miss or just a guy that's maybe going to somewhere else. It's hard to build those relationships as fast as since he got the job late in December. So I think you'll see a lot more of that in 2028 class, 2029 class of him maybe landing some of these guys, but definitely keeping that relationship, because you've already seen a lot of the transfers that didn't come with him to Southern Miss. You're seeing some of those guys that have had that previous relationship with him at when they've either went through the recruiting process or transferred before that Huff has been in there, and you see that all over the place. So yeah, it's a completely different game when it comes to recruiting.
Yeah, no is not the no it used to be. This hour brought to you every day by Landers Ford in Collierville, where they have been proudly flying the America 250 flag and always fly the flag of the United States of America, but been flying the America 250 flag for a while now, and it looks great. The number one Ford dealership in the Mid-South, Landers Ford, your trusted destination for a vehicle that fits any lifestyle on a price point for everyone. Seamless shopping experience from vehicle choice to financing and service. The whole route you take, they have you covered. From the Ford Escape to the rugged F-150 to the adventurous Bronco, every vehicle built Ford tough. The Ford F-150, number one, America's best-selling truck. SUVs like the Ford Expedition, the Ford Bronco, the Ford Escape, the Ford Explorer, everything for now, like the EVs and all the hybrids. and the transparency. What you see is what you get. No fine print. It's all right there, very bold, with professionalism and long-term support and long-term friendship at Landers Ford in Collierville. Oil changes, tires rotated, anything service-related. Schedule when it suits you the best. It'll be done quickly to meet your very busy schedule. Landers Ford, active in our community in Collierville at 2082 West Poplar Avenue, or online at landersfordmemphis.com. If it doesn't say Landers, you paid too much.
Well, we need to get to another break, and when we return, it'll be time for Big Number of the Day.
Start your day with Sports 56 Mornings with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10, right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
Hey, Mid-South, I've got him on the line. The main man, Jason Marshall at Gossett Hyundai on the Pike. Hey, Jason, what's going on?
Check this out, Randy. 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE, only $198.48 a month. 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE, $269.59 a month. Plus the 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL, only $331.82 a month.
Plus owner's assurance with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
And don't forget, Elantra Hybrid, 550 to 594 miles per gallon on a single fill-up. Tucson Hybrid Blue, 521-mile total range. And Palisade SEL boasts total driving range of 619 miles.
To come see me, the main man Marshall, where we're charging forward and charging less at Gossett Hyundai, 1956 Covenant Pike, or visit online at HyundaiGossett.com 24/7.
Elantra TU 196.041, MSRP 24,110. Palisade SEL, stock number TU 106,409, MSRP 44,820. Tucson TH7 44,261, MSRP 31,350. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealers.com.
Nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. I'm here at Town Village Audubon Park interviewing a new resident, Carolyn. Share with us why you chose Town Village.
Well, if your parents or special friends need to make that big move, let me share with you my experience. It was tough for me to leave home, but then I discovered Town Village. I would like to highly recommend Town Village to you and your loved ones. After looking at all the amenities and meeting all the people and staff, I was hooked. From restaurant, bistro, 3 meals per day, housekeeping, transportation, security, health care, physical therapy, exercise room, and even a heated pool and spa. Come see us and make your new home at Town Village.
Visit us and call Daniel at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home, Town Village.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Fiveash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
K4TE 349,980, MSRP 24,825, Sorrento DG 453,494, MSRP 34,280, Telluride VG 005,288, MSRP 44,510, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, must minus through KFA, excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit dealers.com. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 6/30/26.
Hey, I've got him on the line, Jeff Allen over at Gossett Kia South, and it's the summer sticker sales event going on right now. Hey, Jeff, tell us about it.
Listen to this, Randy. I've got a 2026 Kia K4 LXS at $229 a month. 24-month lease, $34.99 due at signing. 2026 Kia Sorento LX, $297 a month. And a 2027 Kia Telluride S front-wheel drive, only $449 a month. Both 24-month lease, $39.99 due at signing. Plus, you'll find the all-new 2026 EV9, $12,000 off MSRP, or get 0% for 60 months.
And every Gossett Hyundai comes equipped with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour brought to you by Landers Ford in Collierville. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
And she says, I wish that I could be like
Big Daddy.
Hello, Big Brand. It's a guy, he wants to be big, then he gets big, he doesn't want to be big anymore, then he gets small, but the suit's too big.
Big Daddy.
The big boy.
You're a big guy. I think she's trying to pull a fast one on Big Daddy.
The big number of the day.
There's a lot of baseball big numbers that I could have gone with today, but I'm going to go with this one. We talked about the San Diego Padres, and they are in LA for a series against the Dodgers this weekend. But the San Diego Padres, they have been struggling, and this big number goes to these recent struggles. Last night, a 12-7 loss against the Dodgers on the first, a 23-3 loss against Chicago. That was the game that was happening during the show, or wrapped up around the start of the show, and we were discussing that earlier in the week. But they just are in the midst, I guess I should say. They didn't wrap anything up. Maybe they can wrap it up tonight, but they're in the midst of a 6-game losing streak right now. So my big number is 6 because of that 6-game losing streak. But you look, and it's kind of been everything that has been really, really bad for the Padres. But you look at the pitching staff and this defense for the Padres. In this 6-game losing span, they became only the second team in Major League Baseball history to have a 6-game span with an 0-6 record, 75 or more hits allowed, 60 or more runs allowed, 30 or more walks allowed, and 15 or more home runs allowed. The only other team that has done that, the Phillies. And you have to go all the way back to 1929 when the Phillies went on a 6-game losing streak from June 19th to the 22nd in 1929.
I don't have anything on 29.
I got
except for that good
zero.
note.
I guess I have something that they went on a 6-game losing streak in 29, and they were really, really bad that year, I guess.
Don Mattingly, National League Manager of the Year?
Yeah.
Right now? Probably
Could be.
so.
Yeah, I would say so. He's certainly up there.
Ollie Marmol could put some pressure on him.
Yeah,
he could.
Definitely.
Cardinals up 11-zip. Jordan Walker just hit, and the graphic was 59th hit batsman this year for the Cardinals. That leads baseball.
Is that right? Interesting.
There's a big number right
That's a
there.
big number.
That's not my big number. Here's my big number. It's 20. That's where Indiana started last year in college football in the preseason college football poll. In the AP poll released in August, that's where Indiana started. And today starts my tradition, unlike any other, of every Friday all the way through now till a college football national champion's crowned on Friday. It'll be nothing but college football big numbers. They started 20th in AP. Ole Miss was 21 in AP. Wow. The U was 10 in AP. Oregon was 7.
Wow.
That was your college football Final Four last year, 7, 10, 20, and 21. So all these polls and all these rankings that we're getting ready to see just roll out, keep that in mind. Here's the top 4 teams last year. Penn State, they finished 7-6 unranked, winning the Pinstripe Bowl over Clemson. Ohio State was 2. They lost in the college football playoff to the U. 3 was Clemson, who finished 7-6, and they lost in the college football or in the Pinstripe Bowl to Penn State. And number 1 was Texas.
Yep.
Mr. August, if there's ever been a team.
Yeah, no, it really is. It really is. Texas is always back in August. Now, very rarely are they back in January, but they are always
Very
back
rare.
in August. But yeah, no, I mean, I know we've talked about it.
I don't know how they miss with this roster, though.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's built to succeed, but
And Arch got better and better and better last year as the offensive line got more playing time and cohesion, and they're all back. You throw in Cam Coleman, you throw in the running back Hollywood Smother. I mean, I don't know how they miss.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it's set up for them, but we'll
I don't
see.
think they will. I've got them.
Yeah,
real good.
Yeah, no, well, we'll see. It'll certainly make a lot of Texas fans happy that have been waiting for them to be to ultimately be fully back. But I mean, I know you brought it up earlier this week. I don't remember exactly what day it was, but I feel like right now is the hardest time for the preseason top 25 predictions, all of that stuff. With how much movement we have around college football, I mean, it is very, very hard to keep up with it all.
The whole sport is.
Yeah.
It's challenging now.
It is.
I mean, you don't just, you don't have the copy and paste of the returning players.
No, not at all. So it makes it very, very difficult, especially when you're trying to rank these teams. But let's go ahead and get to another break. When we return, we start our third and final hour. We're going to talk some Grizzlies. We'll talk the NBA. Rob Fisher, he joins us next.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Chris Price here with Metro Builders Roofing and Restoration. We've seen days, even what seems like weeks of soaking rain, damaging hail, and even flooding. So today, do one simple thing. Look up. If you see a water stain, bubbling paint, or discoloration on your ceiling, don't ignore it. What starts as a small roof leak can quickly become mold, turning a minor problem into a major expense. At Metro Builders Memphis, our professionals will inspect your roof, assess any storm damage, help mitigate further damage. We'll measure your roof from outer space and guide you through the repair or replacement process with an estimate on site with multiple options at that. Don't let them tell you your roof needs to be replaced when all it may need is some love. We'll give you an honest assessment so you can make the right decision for your home and family. At Metro Builders Memphis, call me, 901-375-1717. That's 901-375-1717, or simply book your appointment online at metrobuildersmemphis.com.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
The Gossett Mitsubishi Summer Sales Event is going strong at Gossett Mitsubishi on the Pike. Get America's best backed vehicles with a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. All remaining 2025 Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross and 2025 Mitsubishi Outlanders now $6,000 off MSRP. 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport ES with standard super all-wheel control. Buy for $27,105 or $349 per month. Plus 2026 Mitsubishi Outlander ES standard 7-seat capacity versus 5-seat Nissan Rogue and Honda CR-V. Buy for $30,310 or $399 a month. Plus, Tennessee residents get an additional $1,000 off all 26 Outlander Sports. That's Gossett Mitsubishi, 1956 Covington Pike. Online at memphismitsubishi.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
84 months at 5.99 APR. Outlander TZO 2861. MSRP 32810. Sport TU 1012038. MSRP 28985. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895. Excludes tax, title, and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealers.com.
This traffic brought to you by Old Dominick Distillery. Come for the spirits, stay for the experience. Cheers to Memphis. Learn more at olddominick.com.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. Cranking it pretty good now. Trying to get out of Midtown on 240, especially southbound as you come past Union all the way down to Norris as a volume of traffic increases over here as you come all 240 on the Bill Norris Parkway going outbound. That's only going to get busier headed out towards Collierville. Hey, bridal season is here. Shop local. You'll be glad you did because you'll save money at Weimer's Jewelry, 7525 Highway 64. I'm Commander Chuck, your on-time traffic.
We are Sports 56, WHBQ Memphis, and W253DF Memphis with John Harden, weekdays from 11 to 1. Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Again, Sports Time, Bryant and Brett with you as we start our third and final hour on this Friday afternoon. We got to talk some Grizzlies, got to talk some NBA, and joining us to do that, it's Rob Fisheries from the Grizzlies Television Network, and plenty to get into with him. Rob, thanks so much for joining us. Busy week for the Grizzlies, to say the least, but we know a couple of moves. We've got the Summer League roster, as that will get started tomorrow, but let's start with the big one. Ja Morant going to Portland. Chris Murray, Jeremy Grant in return. What did you make of that trade with Portland?
Hello, gentlemen. On July 3rd, I'm sitting poolside, by the way, watching
the
Cardinals watching the Cardinals destroy the Cubs and watching some World Cup. Yeah, so it's been a good day.
Just
happy
get
4th
that
weekend,
perfect
everybody.
TV tan, not too much, not too little.
That's
Rob.
exactly.
You know it.
Yeah, but it's got to last till November though. So.
Well, that's for Florida in August with the family, isn't it?
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah, obviously the big news, Ja Morant on his way to Portland, and I guess I was surprised, because for how long I've been waiting for this deal to happen, I was actually starting to wonder and having conversations with people about, is there a chance he's going to be on the roster to start the season, and how's that going to look? And this is kind of weird because, the Grizzlies didn't want to give away any assets, and what can you get in return, and what's his desire from other teams at this point, and got a deal with Portland, and the Grizzlies didn't have to give up any other assets. $1 million, but what's $1 million amongst a couple of rich owners? And so you give up Ja, you get Jeremy Grant, who's a good player. Could be a good veteran for you, and another player who knows if he's going to make the team. We'll see him in summer league. So we talked about what you were going to get back from Ja, and I think this is about what you could have hoped for.
Yeah, I thought a little bit more than I was expecting.
Got a little bit more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it was feeling like it was at the point where the Grizzlies were going to have to give in and give assets along with Ja, and they didn't. Yeah. So you might be right.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really nice trade for them. What do you think of now that Portland backcourt? I mean, now they've got Ja, they've got Dame. There's been some reports that they want to start those two guys together. Drew Holiday up there, Scoot Henderson. I mean, they got a lot of guards up there in Portland.
Good luck to their head coach, who's on a 1-year contract.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to work
it deal.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it could be pretty exciting, and what else that they might put around those guys too. But I don't know. It's a really crowded backcourt, and guys who want the ball in their hands. So I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'll be interested to watch. I'll be interested in Ja's career, the rest of his career. I enjoyed him as a Grizzly. I loved him as a Grizzly. The most exciting player in Grizzlies history by far. One of the best players in Grizzlies history, I think. It didn't work out. It's unfortunate. He was always amazing with me. Whenever I dealt with him, he was always kind and genuine and respectful. And I never had a problem or disappointment with Ja, other than it didn't work out in the end. And it had to end this way, and he had to go to Portland. But I'll wish him the best luck in Portland, except when we play the Blazers. And other than that, hey, I hope he could be. We've seen it with our own eyes. Him be one of the most exciting players in all of the NBA. And if he could be that again, I think it'd be great for the league.
Yeah.
And it would be really good for him. And it would be it'd be one of the great redemption second act stories ever.
Sure.
Bob, the night he got 52 at FedEx Forum, I mean, I just thought we were having fun watching Zebo bob and weave and get that 36, but that 52 was something.
It was, and that included the long distance pass from Steve-O to Ja, who hit that halftime shot, which was incredible. Yeah, I mean, there are so many memories, and he made memories when he played and when he was healthy. He made memories every night. I mean, he did something every night that you'd never seen before, and it was amazing to watch. And I'll miss being a part of his games and watching him play night in and night out. But unfortunately, again, it came to this, and I'm not disappointed. I think it was time, and I'm glad the Grizzlies got what they got in return, and I'm excited about what's next for the Grizzlies.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. The other trade we saw earlier this week, Santi Aldama to the Mavericks, in return A.J. Johnson, a couple of future draft picks. Also, Trik Biberovic, who the Grizzlies have had his draft rights, but he has been playing over in Turkey.
Wasn't he going to go to LSU?
Well, that was the rumor. You're absolutely right. He was going to join that team this year. He's been great over there for Fenerbahce.
Boy, Will Wade just letting it rip, isn't he?
Now he's going to be a Maverick, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I'm sad about that. I like Santi a lot. He's a really good dude. He's been around for a long time. I've gotten to know him. Have a friendship with him, and it's just it's too bad. I hate to see him go. Understand the deal and what it created for the Grizzlies in that deal. And when you look at the Grizzlies roster right now, they gotta crunch some spots, and they got to do what's best in the interest of going forward with building more assets. They got to do it with the interest of the roster construction and how much money they're going to spend, and all those things go into it right now. So thought it was in their best interest to make this move. And I wish Santi the best. Like Ja, I always liked Santi. Santi was always great with me, and I'll wish him the best and be a Santi fan.
Can you believe the veteran
Santi,
player on the rock? Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Santi's going to be one of those guys. We talk about these guys throughout the season of players who come back, and which players come back and will get a round of applause. Like I thought Xavier Tillman's a guy who would always get a nice round of applause when he comes back. Xavier Tillman. I think Santi Aldama is another one of those guys. I think everybody will give him a nice round of applause every time he comes back.
But no poster.
No.
Only Shane the Great can get that.
That's right.
Rob, you look up and down this roster, and now G.G. Jackson is the old guard.
Yeah, elder statesman, and he's the third youngest guy on the team or fourth youngest guy on the team still, which is pretty unbelievable. But yeah, I mean, Lionel Hollins used to tell me that he said culture's developed every year, chemistry is developed every year. You have to start from scratch in training camp. And I think the Grizzlies, they got a good opportunity to start a culture, build a culture, and go through chemistry in training camp. Now, will it magically happen, day one of the season with all the new faces? Probably not. You're going to go through a couple growing pains here and there, but I think you've got players that you can put in spots. And this team wants to build a culture. This team has failed to really have a culture since Dylan Brooks has been gone. And I think this team has players that can really start a new culture in Memphis.
Yeah, no, I think you're exactly right. Speaking of kind of that new culture, we'll get our first look over the next couple of weeks at the two first-round picks as they'll be playing in Summer League. But that Summer League roster, very familiar to you, a lot of those guys that we saw at the end of the season on the Summer League roster. What did you make of kind of the way that they constructed this group?
Well, I'm happy for Lawson Lovering because Lawson Lovering last year had a 10-day with the Grizzlies. He was a center. And had good size, about 6'10", I think, Lawson Lovering, maybe even more than that. And on his 10th day of his two-way, we played the Nuggets and beat the Nuggets. And Lawson Lovering had a double-double.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grizzlies didn't give him another 10-way because the Grizzlies, they didn't want a center after that.
It was the win of the year.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And it was like,
and one of the last wins.
What are you doing? Yeah, what are you doing, Lawson Lovering? I'm glad he's back. Give him a shot. And Tyler Burton, good to see him back. I think the guy that I'm looking forward to the most, really, on this whole summer league roster is Javon Small.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Javon Small stand out at summer league because I think Javon Small, after last year, I thought Javon Small earned himself a roster spot with this team, if not another two-way with this team. And with the number of guards the Grizzlies have right now, he's going to have to earn it. It's not going to be given to him for what he did last year. He's going to have to go out and earn it, and that starts here in summer league. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play and hoping he looks like he doesn't belong.
Yeah, that win over Denver, I still do not know how that happened. They didn't take people out. They were going full force, needing to win down the stretch. And I texted you after that game, Rob. I said, if Lawson Lovering costs us in the ping pong balls, I'll never forgive him.
See, aren't you happy that he's in summer league? He gets a little redemption. He gets to play. Absolutely. We'll always remember Lawson Lovering for sure.
We will.
We definitely will. How much of Cedric Coward do you think we see in summer league? How much of Cam Boozer do you think we see in summer league?
Again, hopefully enough just to see they don't belong there and get out.
Yeah.
And how long could that be? Probably 2 games in Salt Lake City. They play 3. And then when you go to Vegas, Vegas is a bigger stage. And so maybe you play a game or 2 and then hopefully that's all you really need. That's all I really look at Summer League is, if you look like you don't belong, that's great. But then you don't need to keep playing. The other guys, need to fight, and guys who are fighting for spots or guys who are fighting for, to make other teams or other G League teams. I mean, guys play and they play really hard. So, and we got some guys that we're going to take a look at this year. So I'm interested in summer league this year more than I generally am.
Boy, aren't we? I'm interested tomorrow, and I'm interested in seeing Lopez.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's the thing, because I don't think any of us really seen a lot of his games.
Well, I had a bunch of tape on him. I did, Rob. Yeah. Reel-to-reel tape. And I was splicing it.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, well, you're the only one.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I'm lying.
So we haven't seen him. So let's see him, and wouldn't it be great to see a guy like that play and look like he doesn't belong? I think, we'll find out being able to watch these guys.
And if he does put on a good performance, I think that would help people. We know Kleiman nailed it with Cam Boozer. It was bulletproof. It couldn't be missed. But I think that would really give people a lot of confidence. And you mentioned that culture defining and redefining year over year that Lionel Hollins told you about. This gives Tomas Isolo his first real chance to really be coach of this team instead of inheriting a group and trying to finish a year and make the playoffs. And then last year, he can really start fresh, putting his imprint on this team.
Well, no doubt about it. I mean, his first opportunity, he had 9 games, and then this year, with the way it went with injuries and things like that, and holdover players, and trying to develop a system with new. Well, now since 2023, everybody in the team picture is gone. Yeah, gone. So it's a new crop of players. Like you said, Gigi's the elder statesman at this point. So, and he better listen and learn. So yeah, he'll be able to put a stamp on this team, and it'll be for an entire group. It'll be, like you said, it's kind of a fresh start for him. So we'll get a good look at what Coach Isolo can do as well.
Yeah, no, we absolutely will. We've been talking every week with Rob Fisher on Wednesdays, but nice enough to join us on a Friday. Thank you again, Rob, for working with us as we had some craziness up here at the station earlier this week. But looking around the NBA, it's been a hectic week with free agency opening. The big question, as you know, though, where does LeBron land?
Oh, man. I hope, for sensibility's sake, I hope it's Cleveland. Go back home. Cleveland it makes sense. Have your going away party, all next year, and you're home in Cleveland. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. Miami makes a little sense, all the time that he spent there as well. The Golden State thing, I think, is just comical. I mean, I don't know why they think this would work. And I'd hate to see LeBron go out looking like he's chasing a ring, and it's not working. It's failing. I mean, they'd be the most hated team in the NBA. They'd be the evil empire.
And Draymond barking at him in timeouts in the playoff exit.
Right. Right. So all of that happening, it's like, I don't want to see that. I'd rather have LeBron go out, in a way that makes sense.
Rob, I want Philly.
Going to Cleveland,
Philly.
I don't think they'll win a championship either. But you want Philly?
I want Philly, and it was my top story of the day way back at 3:15. The hometown of Wilt Chamberlain, the hometown of Kobe Bean Bryant, where Allen Iverson played, where Moses Malone played, where Julius Erving played, where Charles Barkley played. They hadn't won it since '83, and here's the number I want him to wear. Wear number 30 in honor of Kobe at Lower Merion High School in the Philly area.
Oh, God. I don't know. A story like that makes me want to throw up a little bit.
I love it. Have him work out at the Palestra. Have him really embrace. And Philly's a great basketball town, home of the Big Five, home of Villanova.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Well,
sound
only
like
did
you
it for
sold
me,
him.
huh?
Yeah, I was about to say.
I didn't sell Rob at all of this, did I?
I don't think it's going to work in Philly either. I don't know why we all of a sudden think Joel Embiid's going to be healthy for a season.
Yeah, that is.
And then he's going to be 42. 42.
Yeah.
He's still really good. Really good. But I don't know.
He's going to be 42, and I looked it up. Into December is when G.G. Jackson will turn 22. And he's the old head of the team.
Old.
Incredible.
That is wild.
LeBron 20 years older than G.G.
Yep.
That is insane. Speaking of the 76ers, what did you make of the Jaylen Brown trade?
It was crazy. I don't. How can you only get that for him?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Paul George, and to trade Boston and the Sixers, that's insane in itself because that never happens. And to trade Jaylen Brown to the, I don't know what Boston. You're hearing all these things about why they were ready to let him go, and I think they're all just a bunch of hogwash. I think they wanted to change just what they're doing, and they couldn't keep both of them, and they think he's the problem, and that's why he's gone. And it's too bad. He's a great player. It'll be interesting to see how great he is in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because Boston,
we know when he'll be motivated.
Happen now. Mike Conley went to Boston to try and win, and then they traded Jaylen Brown for Paul George.
Yeah.
Michael looked good in those home white Celtic traditional uniforms, won't he? He'll look good in anything.
Yeah, he will. He will. And when I see him again this year and ask him, when are we going to retire your number?
Yeah.
He'll probably repeat the same thing he told me 3 years ago when he went to Minnesota, which was, as long as they keep paying me.
Smart.
We can put off retirement night.
Yep.
Very smart.
So that his number's not going up yet.
No, it is definitely not. But yeah, like you said, all this stuff about Jaylen Brown and the reports that are coming out from other teams of a negative player and analytics, and I mean, oh man,
they were better with him off the floor.
Yeah,
I mean, come on,
it's ridiculous. I mean, just watch the guy.
Sometimes
play.
you got to use the eye test.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
I mean, it's crazy. One of the other big moves this week, Walker Kessler going to the Lakers. That'll certainly make things interesting in Utah of how they use Jaren now. But what do you make of Kessler going to the Lakers?
I guess they got rid of Ayton, so I guess they got. I think he's good. He's been injured, so haven't been able to see him as of late. But I think he's good. I think he's good, and it's amazing to look at free agency right now and understand everybody's signing bigs now. It's a big position. We need Wemby stoppers in our league.
Yeah,
and
good luck.
Everybody, exactly, and everybody's cherishing that so much. So. Lakers got themselves a couple of bigs with Kessler and I forget the other guy who they got too, but they got a couple of bigs. And but everybody's going to have a big. Everybody's going to go for a big, and bigs are going to get paid. They're going to get paid good money.
And we have a big. We just need him healthy.
We just need him healthy. Absolutely. If he's, as I said, if he's healthy, the Grizzlies
Look
to
out.
me are a playing team, at least. Yeah.
No, it can be really fun if
I mean, him
Pelt's
next
on
to
their side.
Boozer. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you're going to get every rebound.
Yeah, no, and then throw in some of those other guys. I mean, Cedric and the way he can rebound. I mean, good lord, yeah, it will.
Jeremy Grant, yeah. Let's go get some boards.
Yeah, it'll be really, really fun to watch those guys on the court together. But Rob, as always, thanks so much for joining us. Last time we're talking with you until we get that beautiful schedule draw up from you. I mean, it is always something. So appreciate you, especially on the day before the 4th, joining us this afternoon.
You guys got it. Anytime, man. Call anytime.
Thanks, you, Rob. Happy summer, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Rob Fisher with us talking all things NBA. A lot going on,
So
certainly
nice.
for the Grizzlies and, around the NBA. So definitely appreciate him, especially, getting on with us on a Friday afternoon, a holiday weekend Friday afternoon when he usually joins us on Wednesdays. Very nice of Rob.
And while he was on, the Cardinals kept adding on.
Yeah, no kidding. 16-0.
16.
The ball's been flying around Wrigley.
Save
this
some
week.
of those runs.
I mean, good Lord. It has been wild in Wrigley this week.
Palante's been good, though.
No, he has been. He has been. Only 4 hits for Chicago today. So definitely some good pitching. The bats have been red hot. So this is exactly what you want to see from the St. Louis Cardinals. But NBA, we'll see what happens over the weekend. We might get a little more into it in our next segment. But when we were talking Lakers, and he was saying they have that other big, the Lakers, they have that other big. I was about to throw out Robbie Avila, who is on their Summer League team, the former St. Louis big man with his goggles that had college basketball in a frenzy.
Right.
So that'll be fun to watch him out there with the Lakers Summer League team. That's always one of the fun things of Summer League is seeing some of those fun college names out there on different rosters. But we're going to get to a break here in a second. But before we do that, let me remind you, this third and final hour brought to you each and every afternoon by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet. Dobbs family, an old established name, is back in the car business in Memphis. Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, located at 7850 Highway 64 in Bartlett, offering a full selection of new Chevrolets and quality used cars to fit every need and budget. Head out there today and check out those beautiful new vehicles like the 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500, the 2026 Chevy Traverse, or the 2026 Chevy Equinox, a redesigned, rugged meets modern style vehicle with 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder gas engine. At Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it's fully transparent pricing. No hidden fees, no games. They cover all your needs with their service department. Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet welcomes you to a new way of providing excellent customer service. Their great team ready to find that next great vehicle for you. So head out to Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet in Bartlett, 7850 Highway 64, open Monday through Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. You can check out all those vehicles online at DobbsBrothersChevy.com, but make sure you head out there. You can test drive those beautiful models today, and you can check them all out at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet in Bartlett. But let's go ahead and get to another break, and when we return, we'll talk about what's trending.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Hey, you ready to bang? Bangers Pickleball in South Haven is now open with 10 courts, a restaurant, and 3 bars. New to pickleball? No problem. Take a free Bangers 101 class to learn. Bangers offers a great time for everyone, and there's no membership required. Bangers even has events for you non-pickleballers like mahjong, trivia, whiskey, and wine tasting. Bangers Pickleball has it all. All the rage, all the fun, all for you. Please dink responsibly at Bangers Pickleball, 6787 Snowden Lane, South Haven, Mississippi. Let's bang.
Uncorn flavor, Corky's barbecue. We're cooking it up, down home way. Hickory smoke flavor like the good old days.
Hey y'all, Jimmy Stovall here with Corky's Barbecue. Catering is our specialty. Memphians have trusted Corky's to cater their events for 40 years because we make it easy for you and delicious for your guests. Whether it's 50 people or a crowd of thousands, our experienced team comes to your location, sets up, serves, and ensures everyone enjoys a Corky's all-you-can-eat barbecue buffet starting at only $7.99 per person. You can't beat it. With 40 years of experience, it's easy to see why customers choose Corky's time and time again for all of their catering needs. Visit Corky'sBBQ.com to book us for your next party.
Encore flavor, Corky's barbecue.
Trained to push past the pain. Not athletes, just people. Men, women, and children trafficked every day in the United States. Sometimes by someone they trusted, sometimes by their own family. While millions watch the World Cup, they're fighting to survive in silence. Help us change that. Visit bluecampaign.gov/World Cup to help us break the silence.
Use Polymarket to trade the World Soccer Knockout rounds. Delete that sportsbook app that's robbing you and join the millions using Polymarket. Polymarket is a prediction market, not a sportsbook. You trade against other fans, not the house. Polymarket, your go-to prediction market for soccer's biggest stage, available in all 50 states. Download the Polymarket app, use promo code FOX to unlock $50 free for your first trade. That's promo code FOX. Trading not available in all jurisdictions. Check local regulations before trading. Restrictions and eligibility apply.
Rockin' Ronnie stepped out, but left me with some amazing deals at Gossett Hyundai South Mount Moriah. How about 2026 Hyundai Elantra SE? We Gossett $198.48 a month. Yeah, $198.48 a month for Hyundai Elantra SE. How about 2026 Hyundai Tucson SE? $269.59 a month. That's right, $269.59 a month for Hyundai Tucson SE. Plus 2026 Hyundai Palisade SEL. $331.82 a month. $331.82 a month for Hyundai Palisade SEL. Plus, you'll get owner's assurance with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So go by and ask for Rockin' Ronnie today at Gossett Hyundai South, 2660 Mount Moriah, or online, GossettHyundaiMountMoriah.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
Elantra TU 196.041, MSRP 24,110. Palisade SEL, stock number TU 106,409, MSRP 44,820. Tucson TH 744,261, MSRP 31,350. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 895 excludes tax title and license. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month with approved credit dealer stock only.
A long life is wonderful, but it comes with changes as you age. So when you're ready to change your home, Town Village Audubon Park is the perfect choice. Incredible location, amazing amenities, including a pool, all-inclusive dining, and on-site medical care so you can age in place. Monthly rental with no buy-in lets you make current choices. Apartments include full kitchen, washer and dryer, bi-weekly housekeeping, and all basic utilities. Landscape courtyards make it easy to get sunshine and fresh air. Gated parking keeps you ready to go. And the Town Village Dog Park keeps your fur baby close by your side. Hi, I'm Max. My wife Jean and I moved into Town Village Audubon Park 18 months ago. It's the best decision we ever made. We have made friends here and take part in lots of social activities. It's a comfortable life. So if you're thinking of making a change, come see me and Town Village Audubon Park. I think you'll like it as much as we do. And look, new friends.
Sports 56 traffic.
Good afternoon. More volume in the last 15, 20 minutes out here. Pretty much on schedule to Midtown in a couple of spots. I-40 here up by Chelsea. As that volume picks up even south of Memphis, you need to watch for radar down through there. Parts of DeSoto County this afternoon again on 55 going south of Memphis. Hey, don't let a slipping transmission make things worse on your car or truck. Having transmission problems of any kind, let them check your vehicle out right now at Amco Transmissions. 2 locations to serve you here in Memphis. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Now back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet at 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
Minutes left in today's show on Sports Time as we get you to the weekend, a holiday weekend, 4th of July tomorrow. A lot of fun to be had, but a lot of fun for us over these last 30 minutes. As a lot of action on. We got the Cardinals up 16-0 over the Cubs. Argentina just scored on Cape Verde. So that made it 1-0 as they had just came out of the hydration break. And guess who gets the goal? Lionel Messi with the goal in the 29th minute. And Brett, I don't know if you've seen this, if you've caught on to this, but fans have been booing the hydration break. Fans are revolting against the hydration break at the World Cup.
They implemented that at the last World Cup, right? Because wasn't that at an extremely hot place?
I don't remember. The last one was at Qatar, wasn't it? So that was would have been very hot. Yeah, I can't remember that far back. I would not be surprised at all if they implemented it there. But the way some people have been reacting,
it's heresy,
it was this year was the first year.
It's like these soft horses now can't run in Triple Crown races.
That's right. Yeah, they people not happy about it. And so I've noticed in some of these matches, they have been booing the hydration break. Whenever we get to it, you hear loud boos throughout the
Messi doesn't go out losing to Cape Verde, do they?
Oh no, they'll win this.
That's not how it ends, is it?
No, they'll win this one, and he's been great throughout the World Cup, and we'll see how far this Argentina team can go. But so far, so good for them, and yeah, I expect them. I don't know what the final score will be, but I expect them to hold on here and advance to the Sweet 16, if you will.
The big birthday celebration tomorrow for the country, 250. I remember very well, Brian, 200 in 1976, 50 years ago. I was turning 14 that fall. That's the math. I'm turning 64 this fall. The day before the 4th in 1976, the Cardinals won 9-0.
Oh, wow.
Over the Expos.
Is that right?
And then lost on 4th of July, 1976 to the Expos.
Well, hopefully it's a little different this time around for the Cardinals, and they can get
Great Scott,
a big win here.
The loser on July 4th that year was Pete Falcone. He was a left-hander, and every Cardinal left-hander, especially in that stretch right after Steve Carlton, was the next Steve Carlton. We've been waiting 55 years for the next Steve Carlton in the Cardinal system. Well, Pete Falcone, great stuff. He was as could not miss as anybody that ever came through. And I'm pretty sure the one and only year the Cardinals had a AAA farm team in New Orleans was that year. I'd have to look and make sure. But the Cardinal general manager got real mad at Pete Falcone and sent him out to, we're going to send you down to AAA. He was a big party animal. We're going to send you down to AAA. We're going to show you. We're sending you to AAA. They sent him to New Orleans and never heard from him again since.
Wow.
Wrong place to send a party guy.
That was should have put some more thought into that before they made that decision.
Yeah. He went to New Orleans in 77.
Wow.
So but they were going to show him and send him out.
Interesting.
And he showed them.
Never heard back from him. Interesting.
The Cardinals just tacked on, didn't they?
Yeah, Brian Torres with a solo shot to make it
17.
Yeah, so
2 Jim Hart touchdown passes, 2 Jim Bakken extra points, and a Jim Bakken field goal.
Wow.
At Wrigley, 17-0.
Wow. Yeah, no,
Big Red over the Bears.
This has been a wild afternoon for the St. Louis Cardinals, and we'll see if they can tack on even more runs before this game is over. You mentioned tomorrow being the 4th of July. I saw this while we were talking with Rob. A 900-pound time capsule filled with items from all 50 states has been sealed for America's 250th anniversary. It will be buried in Philadelphia on July 4th, 2026, and reopened in 2276, which will be another 250 years. So,
wonder how things in that age.
No kidding. I don't even know what's in. I saw
what would the iPhone look like in then?
Will there be an iPhone in the year 2020 or 2276? I feel like that's not even a real year, honestly.
I think they're unsealing some time capsule stuff from 76. I wonder what's in there.
Yeah, no, that'll be real interesting. But yeah, from every state, I'm trying to see if I can find some of the things that are in there. I saw like a Coke bottle, like an old Coke bottle's going in there, and some other stuff. So interesting stuff.
Hold on,
I guess.
Wait a second. I'm going to show you right now. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Let me kill my mic, but for the confusion.
Yeah, no, I don't know what all they're putting in there, but I certainly won't be finding out unless they tell us before they put it down there what is going in the time capsule. 2276. I mean, that's not it.
You mean a Coke bottle like this with the Cardinal logo on it?
Yeah, I don't think the one they have has the Cardinal logo on it.
They should.
It's not filled because that would probably not age well by the time they get to 2276. So
I've got a bunch of them with these logos.
Yeah. Interesting.
Bunch.
Wow, that's cool stuff right there.
Bear Bryant Coke bottles.
Yeah, interesting. Wow, I did not know I knew you were a Coke aficionado. I didn't know you had the memorabilia too to go with.
You know who probably has this side of Atlanta at the Coca-Cola Museum there in Olympic Park? Probably the best Coca-Cola exhibit maybe in the country.
Who's that?
Jerry the King Lawler.
Really?
At his home here in Memphis.
Is that right? How come?
Aficionado, collector. That was his jive, and really a lot of the old nickel and dime machines that are operable, that work.
Huh. Interesting. Well, yeah. Hey, I love people that collect things. So that is really cool. So yeah, it looks like Coke bottle in there. It looks like and they did put an iPhone, I think, in there. So yeah, that's interesting stuff, I guess, going into that time capsule. Good luck to the time capsule.
iPhone only as good as the Wi-Fi.
Well, that is true. So I don't know what like you said, what the iPhone will look like in 2276.
What should we put in there from like Memphis sports?
It's a
Jaws, New Jersey, and Portland, #1, signifying the number of playoff series wins he won in Memphis.
I don't know about that. I don't think that would be good for Memphis. I don't.
Poignant, isn't it?
Very. Yeah. I don't know what we would put in there, but definitely have to put something in there. Good luck to America in 2276.
Yeah. We all got to. Y'all will definitely make 275 in 25 years.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I don't know. I hope I'm still around in 25 years. I'll see.
I got to crack it.
Yeah,
275.
Do. Absolutely do. Good Lord, we're all going to be around.
That's right.
That when that time comes.
Still doing this show, won't we?
That's right. We'll still
Brian,
be
you remember?
Right here.
You know.
That's right.
You know where I was, Brian?
Right here.
Right here.
Well, we'll look back at it in 25 more years.
I bought me a striped watermelon. I've got it in a 48-quart ice chest, just chilling down, ready to carve into it.
Ready
tomorrow
or
Sunday.
No, that'll be really good.
Got to be striped watermelon though.
Yeah,
they're better than solid.
Interesting.
They really are.
I don't know the differences between the watermelons. I
don't know that I do either. But I bought the old saw.
If someone just sells me or gives me a watermelon, I've never bought a watermelon. But if someone gives me a watermelon, slice of watermelon, I'll eat it. But I don't really know much about the watermelons. I'm not a big doing much on the 4th of July, so I think I'll just be hanging out.
Any baseball?
Sure, I'll watch it, but I'm not going out. I think I'm going out.
Redbirds home.
Yeah, they're against Charlotte. So I think I'm going Sunday against Charlotte, but I won't make it out there tonight or tomorrow.
It'll be the Steve Selby Steamer on Sunday.
Yeah, no, it sure will be. But Connor's demanding to go see the White Sox AAA team, so we will.
They're loaded.
Make it out there.
Can the White Sox hang on all the way through?
I don't think so. I think they're
a little more staying power than I thought they would have.
Sure. But I mean, they're really young. I think water will find its level at some point.
Always does.
And they'll come back down. But no, I mean, a lot of the guys that we expected would still be on the AAA roster at this time are up in Chicago. So it's I don't really know how many guys are there that are really kind of big time future prospects with Charlotte right now. But
when do we start looking at the rest of the World Cup bracket and trying to figure out who we want to win and lose, or do we know enough about it to do that?
I think we know enough about it to. I mean, heck, once the game later tonight ends, we'll be to 16 teams. I mean, I think at that point you need to start looking. I've just looked far enough that I know that if the United States wins their game against Belgium, they'll play Spain, and they might beat Belgium, Ain't no way they're beating Spain. They're not beating
There's no
Spain.
way.
There's
That's
no
where it
way.
all ends.
There's no way.
It'd be a good run, though.
Oh,
plucky run.
If they beat
historic run.
If they beat Belgium, it will be huge. I mean, it'll be better than anyone would have. I think it's already better than a lot of people.
You know, I like it broken down in a college football way to see it. So if the United States did advance to play Spain, give me what that would look like in a college football matchup. Who would be those two teams?
Oh, I don't know enough about these teams to say that. I'll say
well,
that
Spain would be Nick Saban, Alabama.
Yeah, I mean Spain. I mean, I don't know if I would say that. They would be like
Kirby's Dogs.
I don't know, because Spain was the favorite going into it, or at least one of the top favorites, but they haven't looked as good as what some people thought they would look like.
Would the United States be Louisiana Tech?
No, they wouldn't be Louisiana Tech. I think the United States are kind of like Vanderbilt. Like, they're good, but like nobody really expected them to be good. And
old Vandy or new Vandy?
No, new Vandy. Vandy. Like, they're a good team, but it's just nobody really expected much from them. They're just kind of like, I think the whole rest of the world's kind of patting us on the head of like, good job, USA. You're
nice
doing
host.
It. Yeah,
way to go.
And so like
Been
that's
fun.
kind of how I feel like people treated Vanderbilt these last couple of years. It's like, hey,
they really kind of
you're
did
fun
didn't
over there. And so I maybe like Vanderbilt, United States keeps.
We laughed at
surprising
Clark
people.
Lee. Who's laughing now?
No, nobody's laughing now. So yeah, I'm certainly not the person to ask to
On the
give
whole
World
water
Cup,
finds its level. I think Vandy does that this year.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Are they going to start the freshmen? I know they got the big freshmen coming in.
Well, they probably will, and the key part there is freshmen.
Yeah, no, it's
Austin P and Delaware the first 2 weeks for NC State.
Yeah, no, it's it could be tough this year, but good luck to
Who
them.
you could be for, Austin P or Vandy?
Wow, Brett, that is the question of all time.
That's a toughie for you, isn't it?
That really is. I do love to anchor down, and I do love the Govs. I think, I don't know. I just, Melinda has a hat that she wears sometimes that says, I just hope both teams have fun.
That's right.
I might have to borrow that hat that day and just hope that both teams have fun.
Opening afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. That will be fun. That'll be
Opening night, 6 o'clock, SEC Network Plus. That means about 5 people really see it.
Yes, that'll be streaming only there for SEC Plus. Landon, your pitch for the United States beating Spain.
I'm thinking it's to the level of like a Big Ten conference game of like Rutgers beating Michigan last year.
Okay,
it's fair. I think that's
or like a Minnesota beating Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. Like, that's the thing.
Like not top of the top. Like that would be Ohio State.
Yeah.
So like, what's right?
Goalposts come down.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the thing is like, I think if we were comparing it, I think the United States is a Power 4 level team.
Yes.
They're just not at the top of the Power 4s.
Right. That's why it's like mid-level Big Ten.
I kind of like that.
Mid-level Big Ten.
Yeah.
I like.
So we'll see. We'll see what it looks like. But yeah, this bracket really starting to take shape. And yeah, I didn't even know who Spain was playing because I just assumed Spain's going to get by Portugal. So you either get Spain or Portugal if you beat Belgium, which both would be very difficult.
That's almost Michigan, Ohio State there.
Yeah. That really
Party's
is.
over.
That really is. Yeah. But hey, we're gonna rally around. We're gonna have hope.
I like the college football translation. It makes me so much better understand.
Yeah. It can be. I'm not the person to ask. We need to find somebody else that can. We should ask Bruce for that question because I'm sure he could have.
Bruce liked my idea about it would be bigger than 80 Lake Placid.
Yeah, no, I think it's a really
gotta get there
interesting
first.
question. Yeah, definitely got to get there. And hey, Monday night will be really big, and we'll talk about it a lot more on Monday leading into that game. But we need to get to our final break of the day, and when we return, we'll wrap up today's show. We'll wrap up this week with Mo's Crunch Time.
Join the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin, for Wolo and Friends. Weekday mornings from 10 to 11 here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
You know that feeling when something is supposed to be complicated and then it's not?
That's the Dobbs Brothers way. For your new Chevrolet, there's no games, no runaround, no surprises. Just straight answers from people who actually mean them. Buying a car shouldn't feel like a battle. And at Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, it doesn't. Trust, transparency, and driving our community forward. That's the Dobbs Brothers way. Shop Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet of Bartlett today.
Rick's Powder Coating for a beautiful finish every time. Rick's Powder Coating specializes in automotive, ornamental, residential, and industrial coating. With 2 conveyor lines and the largest batch ovens in the Mid-South, Rick's can accommodate all of your powder coating needs. Locally owned and operated since 2002, Rick's Powder Coating will customize a beautiful finish just for you. Drop by or call to see how Rick's Powder Coating can bring color to your life. 901-367-2771 or rickspowdercoating.com.
Hi, this is Greg Gaston from Sports 56 here with Corey B. Trotz and Parker Trotz from NST Law. Okay, Parker, tell us, why did you even want to become a personal injury lawyer?
We all know somebody that's been injured in an accident. They may be off work without transportation, not to mention just having to heal from all of their injuries. And so being a personal injury attorney really gives me a unique opportunity to help people and do for them what they wouldn't be able to do on their own and help get them through a really difficult process while making them feel at ease.
Now, Corey, we know that NST Law has been around forever in the Memphis community. Tell us about some of the causes that really matter the most to your firm.
We have served food at the Ronald McDonald House, cleaned up parks in Memphis, delivered food to people who are food insecure. We've also donated to a lot of legal organizations that provide legal services to indigent clients. Our attorneys and staff want to continue to give back to this wonderful city that's helped us out so much.
Thank you so much, Parker. Thank you, Corey. Remember, NST is always the way to go. If you're ever injured, go to nstlaw.com.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure, though, because now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Need a new ride? We got it covered during the summer sticker sales event at Gossett Kia on the Pike. 2026 Kia K4 LXS now $229 a month. 24-month lease, $34.99 due at signing. 2026 Kia Sorento LX, we got it at $297 a month. And 2027 Kia Telluride S, only $449 a month. Both 24-month lease, $39.99 due at signing. Plus, you'll find the all-new 2026 EV9, $12,000 off MSRP or 0% for 60 months available. And every Gossett Kia comes with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Come see Bobby J and get your new Kia today at Gossett Kia. 1900 Covington Pike, online, KiaCovingtonPike.com.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
T4 TE 349,980, MSRP 24,825, Sorrento TG 453,494, MSRP 34,280, Telluride VG 005,288, MSRP 44,510, includes all rebates and incentives, PF 895, must finance through KFA, excludes tax file and license with approved credit dealer stock only. See dealer for complete details, offer valid through 6/30/26.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need catering? Moe's Taco Truck is always ready to cater for you. Just give Jenny Nash a call at 901-606-3172. Moe's.com is your go-to for all your taco Crunch Time emergencies.
Now, back to Sports Time on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. This hour is brought to you by Dobbs Brothers Chevrolet, 7450 Highway 64 in Bartlett. Here once again are Brett Norsworthy and Bryant Dacus.
This is pretty cool, and we're just getting started.
Spanning the globe.
Go crazy, folks! Go crazy! This game has always been called the world's greatest cocktail party. Do you know what is going to happen here tonight?
This is for all the biggest first time.
You are looking live. In your life have you seen anything like that?
Crunch time between the hedges.
The ball game is over, and Memphis has its first win in 16 tries. Its first win ever against its fierce in-state rival, Tennessee.
Goodbye!
It's obviously crunch time.
Hammer, nail, coffin, this baby is over.
Crunch Time is brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill. Need a crunchy bite to eat? Head to Moe's for nachos, crunch wraps, tacos, salads, and more. Moe's.com. It's your go-to for all your taco crunch time emergencies. Well, Brett, what I learned today is it's been a fairly quiet day around the NBA. We talked yesterday about how it felt like things would start to slow down. We'd probably see a slow weekend. We'll see if we get any news over the weekend about LeBron James and his future. As you pointed out, you like the idea of him going to Philadelphia to join the 76ers. It sounds like that's one of his top options right now, as according to his agent, Rich Paul, who I believe made a bunch of news on his podcast earlier today. But he said that LeBron eyeing several teams, including the Heat, the Cavs, and the 76ers, also said that 27 teams in the NBA had reached out about LeBron James and his interest in their team. I'm sure the Grizzlies weren't one of the teams that reached out, and you probably knew what LeBron would say about his interest in Memphis. But we'll see if we get any news there. But I did learn today this happened within the last hour, as the Knicks have signed Andre Drummond to come in and be a rotation piece in that front court. We'll see what he can do for the Knicks next year.
What I learned today, ESPN.com, with a great 0 to 99, 100 player countdown of the best to ever wear a number. It's excellent. Number 18, Archie Manning. Number 5 from this area, Darren McFadden. Joe Burrow, number 9. Number 20, Earl Campbell. Herschel Walker, 34. Derek Thomas, 55, the best defensive player I ever saw play college football. 70, Lloyd Phillips from the Razorbacks. 88, Randy Moss. 91, Doug Atkins. 92, Reggie White. 94, Randy White. That's what he was wearing the night I saw Tommy West take a swing at him in a Liberty Bowl.
Wow, that's good stuff. That's really good stuff.
You know you're tough when you take a swing at Randy White.
No, yeah, you are really,
Tommy
really tough.
West is a tough man.
Really, really tough. And yeah, I got to go back and look through that list because there's some really good stuff in there. What I could have done without, we talked about it a little bit with Bruce Marshall, but that Croatia game last night against Portugal that saw Portugal advance, and now they'll play Spain in the round of 16. But Croatia, it looked like they had equalized it in the closing seconds of added time. It looked like we were going to get extra time in that one, but then VAR came into play, and they said that the sensors inside the soccer ball picked up a touch before he was ultimately kicked into the goal for the win. They took a look back at it. They looked at, I guess, the data that the sensors were picking up and ruled that it was touched by a player while the team was in an offside position, which I've seen a lot of people talk about it since then. A lot of people saying that is not something, we don't need to get so far in the weeds where we're calling that, because nobody would have seen it, nobody would have noticed it if we had just gone on with our day, if the ball didn't have sensors in it. Because of that, it got called back, really ruined what would have been a historic moment for Croatia. So it just feels like sometimes we get a little too in-depth with some of the analytics. I know we talk about that a lot, but some of the technology and things like that.
There's no going back.
No, there's definitely no going back. But I just hate that it ruined that moment last night, which would have sent Croatia into extra time against the powerhouse of Portugal.
I could have done without. Big 12 Media Day starts next week. Next week. The SEC used to really pride itself on going first. I'm kind of glad not doing that. But in a way, it would be okay. Here's the order of media days. Big 12 next week at the Star in Dallas. The Mountain West Conference in Las Vegas. Sun Belt in New Orleans. ACC in Charlotte. CUSA at Texas Live there by the Dome in Arlington where the Rangers play, not far from Jerry's World. SEC in Tampa. American in St. Pete. Big Ten in Chicago, and the MAC in Detroit.
Yeah, no, it is it's right around the corner. Media Day starting, which will definitely give us something to look forward to. But a lot to watch this weekend with the 4th of July. A lot of action over the weekend. So happy 4th of July to everybody out there. Where are you beaming real quick before we get out of here?
Cardinals and Cubs on the north side of Chicago.
No, that's going to be a lot of fun this weekend. Hopefully the runs continue in Chicago for the Cardinals, but a whole lot of baseball over the weekend. You tuning in for the hot dog eating contest tomorrow?
No, it's repulsive.
Oh, man, no Joey Chestnut. He'll be here in a couple of weeks with the Redbirds, so will be a fun weekend. Again, happy 4th of July to everybody out there.
What will you watch more of, hot dog eating contest or golf at the John Deere?
Probably the hot dog eating contest, if I'm being extremely honest, and it won't be much of either. But that's all the time we have. Happy 4th. Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you again Monday afternoon.
48 in the alley, the rendezvous. I'm with John Burgos. John, what's going on?